going on, guys?
Super excited, Ryan, as I always am.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan? Are you a fan of Alexander Weddle?
You know what, bro? This is the problem.
Please.
It's sounding disingenuous because I'm a fan of a lot of the Up Next fighters, but I've always been a fan of yours since day one when I met you and your dad when you fought at Club UNF.
I remember that.
Yeah, your dad's
your
a fucking,
dad.
he's a G.
He's moving out here.
I love that.
Yeah. He wants to be a part of my pro career.
I love that.
So he's going to come out. Hey, I want to get him working out with me. So I want to get him in jiu-jitsu, get him losing some weight. He had knee surgery and stuff, but he always talks about you guys that day. That was to him, being so far away, that type of stuff means a lot to him. Seeing the weigh-in, seeing the fight.
Yeah.
Even though I lost that fight, he was front row. And I remember sitting there watching him, and bro was ready to fight himself. I was like, oh, shit, here we go.
That's why I love it. When we went at my weigh-ins, I could just tell he was with you. He was supporting you.
Yeah.
Reminds me of me and this guy a little bit. Like, you know.
No, but his dad was just like, let me in the cage with him, like, you know, after his fight and fully supportive. Like,
he was actually my coach. He was my coach. Oh, man, he coached me in football, basketball. He ran hurdles too, like in high school and college, and he played college football. So he made me do hurdles.
Can't see him doing hurdles. I see him playing football though, bro. Because he seems like he'll knock you on your behind a little bit.
So I think what happened, he went into the Navy, and once he went into the Navy, bro was shredded. You know, everything. He got out, stopped playing sports, you know, and then body caught up to him. Got a tummy. So.
Well, bro, it's not easy when you get a little bit older. Like all you young guys.
Well, bro, I've been gaining weight, so like I've been working out recently because I'm 28 now. So by the time I'm 40, like that's when like if you gain a little weight, it's hard to to come back.
Exactly.
At least so I was like, these are my prime years. I gotta get in shape. Although I got a little work to do still.
I coach a 65-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Bro, these guys. It's him and it's two twin brothers out of Academy Yorba Linda. It's a Checkmat affiliate.
Yeah.
These guys have been training for their whole life. Did karate since kids. Now they're in kickboxing with me. 65 and run circles around people. And I told him, I was like, when I'm 65, I'm trying to be like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a lifestyle. You have to commit.
Yeah.
You know, to have that kind of energy and motivation at that age. You know what I mean?
Man, super commitment. Because if you're not, I guess it is true. Like, you know, you see a lot of guys, if I'm not making money off it, I don't want to do it. I'd rather sit at home and just do my thing, you know? But it's a lifestyle for me. Like taking care of your body, taking care of your health, you know?
I mean, the healthier you are, the more money you're going to make. I truly believe. Like when I'm working out, although I might crash a little earlier, I'm just tired. My body's tired. Like, number one, mentally, I feel way more clear-headed. I don't know, like when I'm working out and I feel good, I feel healthy, and that energy ends up rising up. So I actually think the healthier you are, although it may take an hour a day to go work out or whatever that is
it's a depression killer.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, we'll get more into it on the podcast, but like when I went through hard times like 5-6 years ago with drug addiction, right? And that's what turned me into what I am now. They were putting me on every pill possible. Hey, take this for anxiety, take this for depression, take this, take that. Bro, the only thing that saved me was the gym. I went in the gym and it was my only place. And then I got into MMA more. I was a boxer, you know, since I was 15, 16. But the gym was the only place that saved me. No pill, no anxiety medicine, no depression medicine could help with that, you know?
So were you a youngster and you had anxiety and depression and the docs prescribed shit? Is that kind of how it all sort of started or what's?
I was athlete my whole life.
Okay.
And I don't know if like the pressure of always, you know, being at the top level of like my sport and what I needed was hard on me. And then around a junior in high school, I had college football offers. I was supposed to go play D1 football. I was still boxing at the time too, at a boxing gym. And partying, you know, getting away from like all the extra pressure. You got out of football season, you went right into track. You got out of track, you went right into this, right into that. And it was a lot because then I was like, bro, what am I doing? I'm going to go party with my homies. Why am I constantly focused on this? Next thing you know, the ball rolled. Senior year of high school, I got caught with stuff at school, right? And they kicked me off the football team. I lost my college scholarships, everything. So I was
tough.
oh, fuck, bro.
So it turned your life upside down pretty much.
Oh, it did.
Point. Yeah.
I was at a point where I was like, what am I? Fuck it then. And then I started into heavier drugs. I was addicted to painkillers. And I had surgery on my shoulder. I got a scar here.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's a healthy scar right there.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I had 2 surgeries. I had one when I was a junior. it dislocated a couple times, and I had to it was like a small camera incision, and then they fixed it up. And then on the second one, I went to go dunk a basketball, and I dunked the basketball and hung on the rim. When I hung on the rim, my shoulder popped out with it, and I couldn't get it back in for like 2 hours. So they put me in the hospital. They had to cut it open and stuff.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's the worst, bro. The worst. So from that point, I'm blabbering on, but I got addicted into painkillers from the surgeries. And man, it went on for a long time. I spent 9 months in jail. They sent me to rehab in Florida.
That's crazy that you've been to jail, bro. I would have never guessed you as a guy that spent time in jail.
9 months.
Yeah.
It was a hard time. Not that of course, okay, so when I first walked in, white boy, I got that little cute hair going on. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? And I was in maximum security. So
Thank God for your boxing.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, maximum security is 23-1. So you're in your cell 23 hours.
Yeah.
1 hour, I'm out to call my mom or dad. My bunkie was crazy, bro. I'm like, this is not who I am. I have to make a change.
So that was that. Sorry, I want to keep hearing, but was that like your big wake up call right there? Is once you were in jail?
Yeah, bro.
I'm sure that's the number one.
I come in and the guy goes, "You're too cute to be in here."
I would be shitting my pants.
Bro. You're like, it's all beginning.
Where am I right now, bro?
Yeah.
Why did I do this?
Yeah.
Because I guess at that age you have. You feel unstoppable. You feel like Superman. I can go party. Then
I feel like that's the one place where you fucking get checked real quick. Or you have a real realization.
Yeah. And the people you bunking with, you're like, bro, the guy, I don't mean to get down on the podcast right now, but the guy that was, next to me stabbed his grandma 14 times and stuff like that. I'm like,
and you're in a cell with him basically.
Yeah. And I'm
he stabbed his own grandma.
I love my grandma, I'm like, what's wrong with these people? And that was like you said, a wake-up call for me to be like, okay, as soon as I get out of here, whatever it takes to beat the cases that I've done, I'm going to go to rehab. They made me a promise if I stayed a month down in Florida, I got on house arrest. I was piss testing monthly. I got through that, and then we moved to California. And because the group of people I was around was not the best people. Sure. It was more of, hey, bro, I'm trying to get clean. I don't want to take drugs. Nah, bro, here.
Hey, let's hang out tonight.
Let's hang out tonight. Let's go do this. And I'm like, got to get away from it. Because I would have been in the same vicious cycle, and it was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can really usually judge the character of a person by, the people he hangs out with, unfortunately, right? You could be a shining star. You could have all this potential. But if you're hanging out with a bunch of fucking losers that are doing dirt all the time, you're going to get sucked into that life. Or you're going to be a casualty of what they do one way or another.
I agree. I always say that if there's 5 millionaires and you're the sixth person, who's the next? You, right? It's who you put yourself around. And that's why, even with being around in Anaheim right now, right? At the gym I'm at, I'm a Christian man. And the people in Anaheim, such as Benil, my teammates, bro, we got, Fedya. I love Fedya. Christian kid.
You got a bunch of hardcore Christian dudes who are extremely driven by their faith.
Yeah. And I bring up Fedya because you guys have talked to him about it, you know that we all trained through Anaheim. And I don't see myself anywhere else. Because if I went somewhere else, I would have a hard time trying to fit in because I'm so deep on my faith after what happened that bro, the last loss was Sevak. I went home. I thought about it for a couple of days, depressed. And I looked at a photo. I actually posted on my Instagram. A photo popped up of me in jail. And I was like, what are you sad about, bro? Chill out. Look at what you're doing. Yeah. The opportunities you guys are giving us. 5 years ago, you were in jail trying to figure out how you're going to stop drugs. And now you're fighting in front of 10,000 people on TV, So I'm happy, bro. And I don't think I'm going to look back regardless of what it is,
Yeah, man, I think you have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah.
I think I love that mindset because I think too often people focus on the negative, the losses,
100%.
But really you won that night, in my opinion.
Bro,
right? If you look at that performance, you're supposed to be a quote unquote amateur, bro.
Yeah, I know.
If you think about that and that fight, I'll put you two up against any other pros. out there on any regional scene, and you cannot tell me that you guys are the quote unquote amateurs.
Exactly, bro. I said that to her, and we talked about that, didn't we?
I mean, I said that when we did the review of the podcast. I said that's just a pro level fight, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, I think that the cream of the crop, like, I mean, is in LA for rising stars, amateur fighters, even the pro fighters and the guys that you guys get matched up with. I just think you showed so much heart. You showed great skill. And that was a fucking close, just back and forth war that, again, you're a competitor, so you take the L, like, you're going to feel some type of way.
It's going to hurt, yeah.
But there was so much more W's in that than L's, right?
But you did win in a way, right? Like, so you got the L on your record. But now when Ryan tries to match you up, dudes are thinking twice.
I got a war on my hands.
No, exactly.
Bro, I was telling him right before the pod, but we had a new person, a new member of the team, Dylan, helped me matchmake and everything. And from the last event, he keeps saying Weddle's name. He's really hyped on you. Was really impressed by you.
I love that.
Even though you took the quote unquote L.
Yes.
But in our eyes, at least as the promoters, you didn't take an L in that fight. Like, I don't know. That means just how I feel.
Seriously. Well,
you're fighting the toughest guys, bro. If you really think about it, you are not, and this is where you need to be real, not just proud of yourself, really fucking proud. A lot of these dudes out there chirping on social media, claiming they're undefeated, they're this, they're that, but who have they fought?
Yes.
Right? And I think you surround yourself with, this faith-based network that you're fighting for something bigger than the W's on a record, right?
And that's true, because let's think about the guys at the top of the divisions in UFC, right? PFL as well. First person comes to my name, Charles Oliveira. Look at like the beginning of his career. The losses, he fought Max Holloway. He fought guys that are killers all through the beginning of his career. And look at him now, And that's like something I get inspired by when you see guys. We talked about it a little bit, but I think you have to take the hardest fights possible earlier in your career. And when the hard fights come later on, then you're going to be prepared. So if somebody wants to go 3 rounds again with me, I'm dogging and I'm ready for whatever comes my way.
You've already been there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an experience, right? So, hats off to Sevak, bro. He was strong as a motherfucker. I didn't think he was going to be that strong.
Was he like, so to the eye, he doesn't look like, I think he's really good technically. He doesn't look physically strong, but is he? Yeah.
Bro, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, shout out to Sevak, because listen, I thought I was going to box his head off. I'm not going to lie. And I worked on my wrestling a lot for this upcoming fight. I didn't expect him to be able to wrestle the way he did. I still believe I was the better fighter. And why would I be sitting here if I didn't,
That's a mindset you have to have, 100%. Yeah.
Why would I sit here if I didn't? But it's just like, bro, he impressed me, And I actually thought about hitting him up sometime soon to train together. I also was same with Dohan. Me and Dohan are supposed to start training together here soon. And like, I think the people you meet in amateurs, in a weird way, it's almost like you're truly making connections too before you go pro, right? Because we're all in the same circuit. Next thing you know, we're traveling to Colorado to fight, or we're traveling to Texas or Florida, and we're not going to see any of these guys, So the connections for me now too are big with like that. And we know the Armenians are big in MMA too, right? So fighting like Sevak, I would love the respect from that side,
how was
right?
the feeling though? Because Sevak packs a house, like, so all the people cheering for him. Do you feed off that? Like, did it add a little bit of nerves to you? Like, what was it?
2 times in a row, bro, at UNF. So,
because Carson also had a pretty big crowd too, right?
Bro, when I was walking out to Carson, I was like, I started hearing them chanting his name. I was like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm in for a fight, huh?
Yeah.
And then same with Sevak. I came out to my music, and then I heard his Armenian music coming, and I was like, okay, here we go. And they started chanting, and I started feeding off it more this time though. Yeah. When I was earlier in my career, it was like,
brother, that's what the amateurs are about. Take the tough fights. Maybe travel if someone offers you a fight to go elsewhere, right? So if UFC calls, hey, you got to go fight in China on this card. This is your opportunity.
Been there, done that.
You kind of been there, done that. That's what we always fucking preach.
It's funny. I love the dudes that embrace it, that don't get into like you, Jason Jones, also because Jason Jones, right? And he's just like
Jason Jones walked out to Armenian music.
The way he pulled that off is so great. But the Armenians are big fans of Jason Jones's now. Because the way he embraced them, and
he knocked out Sevak, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but they were just fans of him because he's a good guy. He embraces their culture. They're very into their culture.
Did you say an Armenian fella said
it was fucking really cool because he had come up to me after his fight, and you were a little bit down yourself saying, "Oh, sorry."
Sevak's fight.
Yeah. When you fought. And there was an Armenian dude at the VIP tables, one of our regulars, and he just like was shouting you out, right?
Yeah.
He was just like, oh man, brother, you did so fucking good. That was an amazing fight. I'm a big fan of yours. You did not lose tonight.
Yeah.
And for an Armenian to say that when he just fought, that's a big fucking deal.
Because they don't say that type of stuff.
No, they don't. They're very like, and I love it about them. They're very into their culture and their people. But for him to show you that level of love and respect, that was earned and deserved because of what you did in the cage.
It's funny. I remember when I stepped out, I said hello to you guys, and I was walking back, and one of the big Armenian guys, he was big. I don't know who he was. And I think it was like part of Sevak's family maybe or something. And he walked up to me and he goes, brother, you the man, brother. Brother, you the man. And I remember saying it in his Armenian accent. I was like, you know, when you hear that after a fight, you're not in that mindset. You're thinking, fuck, bro, I just lost. But then you think about it a couple of days later and you're like, you know, like you said, that's big for people to say that about you, especially when it's who it is and the people it is.
I have to tell you, like, one thing I don't like about the MMA community is they're very fickle too. One day they love you, next day you're trash. You know what I mean? Cold. Like, it drives me nuts, right? So when you can earn the respect of our fans like that, that's a big deal, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and that comes from you guys. So thank you. You guys help us get these opportunities because I'm not trying to talk trash on other places, other promotions, but the way you guys do it is completely different compared to the way that we do it with other people. I've been to other promotions, you know, you may be sitting there 2-3 hours before you get on the scale. You get on the scale, blah, blah, blah. You guys run it the right way. And
we give a shit, bro. I think that's what it is. Cause I think as long as you care and you have like a passion for doing it, but at the end of the day, we feel like as much as you're sitting here praising us, like, you know, appreciating the opportunities we create that for you, you'd kind of do the same for us, right? You 100%. And all the other rest of the athletes on the roster, without you guys, especially your last performance in your fight, everyone has the same opportunity when they go to the UNF event. Same eyeballs are there. There's a reason you got so much respect that night. And people on the opposite side were saying something to you. You seized the opportunity. Yeah, again, you didn't get the W, but you did win.
Well, bro,
you did win.
6 months, I'm 0-0. I fight in January, I fight in whatever, fight again. I turned 27 in August. I want to turn pro before 27. I want to at least have one pro fight before 27.
Yeah.
And then start building from there. Whether that's, you know, PFL one day, UFC, I'm open to either. But like the main goal down the line is like what we're doing here, starting with the hardest fights here, bro. And eventually I want to open a gym.
Yeah.
Down the line, get out of the PFL, UFC, whatever it may be, God willing. And bro, I actually started to fall in love with coaching. I did not think that would ever happen to me. I do not like coaching kids. I do not, you know what I mean? I don't like to always be, I know it sounds weird. I like to be the center of attention, but like when it comes to that type of stuff, talking and constantly having to put a plan together. What am I going to teach today? I was like, bro, what is this shit? Like,
it's a lot of pressure if you want to do it right.
Yeah.
If you just want to be a cookie cutter dude.
I got my first 2 wins as a coach, and I was like, oh shit. It felt good because they believed they believe in you as a coach. And that's a weird feeling because I'm usually on the other side. I don't know that feeling. I'm like, got the nerves. I'm about to go fight. I'm about to go do this. But when he went out, I was like, damn, bro, I'm nervous too. Like I'm sweating too because you care about him.
Yeah.
And after a couple of those, I was like, down the line, I think I want to do this. I want to open a gym as we see Benil, right? Benil came from Huntington with Master Raphael, took the name and grew his own Kings. And it's just beautiful, bro. I want to be a part of it the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I could talk about it all day, you know?
No, and we should talk about it because I think you're in a unique position also, right? Because you have faced a lot of adversity in your life. You end up going to fuck jail, being addicted, going to jail. And one thing that drives me nuts too, it's like, I want to try to wake people up before they have to hit rock bottom, before they get addicted, before they end up in jail. That's what I always tell my kids. Like, you don't have to learn it the hard way.
Right.
Wake up now.
Before it happens.
Let something trigger you to lead the best life possible, be the best person you can be before you have to end up in jail. And I think it's very unfortunate that quite often a lot of people have to hit rock bottom before they make that choice.
I know. And it's sad. I was so hard-headed, I don't think I was going to learn it either.
Why were you so hard-headed? Was it just you? Was it you didn't click with your dad and your parents in that way?
I also think, I mean, from hearing your kind of story a little bit, like being the man when it comes to basketball, being the man when it comes to football, You kind of always been the alpha, right? So when you start going this other avenue of maybe doing drugs and doing this shit, no matter what anyone's telling you, like you're kind of always the man in a sense, though, right? Like a little bit. So
and the head was huge.
Yeah.
Like everyone's pumping your full. Like it's not like I was in LA. I was in a smaller Indiana town. Now, my town's big. It has a college, but it's nothing compared to what's going on with like high school sports out here, right? We were a big school, but when you get people pumping your head full of stuff like that during a junior, 17, 18 years old, bro, even when I got done, I was always, like you said, used to being an alpha. I don't mean to sound like this, but even selling weed, I was like, I'm going to be the best at selling weed. You know, like whatever it was, I'm going to be the best at doing drugs. I'm going to be because that's my mindset for everything.
You're just super competitive.
Which is bad in a sense, right? Because
if you're doing it for the right reasons, I mean, I think it's fine. Like in business, you got to want to be the best at what you're doing. 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It caught up to me when it come to those moments, like at a party. Yo, bro, you think we could drink all this? You think we could drink all this?
Oh, I'll drink
Who the
you,
fuck
bro.
you think I am, bro? Like I could do this, you know? And I look back on, I'm like, what was I impressing? You know, I had so many embarrassing moments when I went through those times of like drunk as shit at a party. And like, that's not Alex, you know, like throwing up or people having to help me out of the party and stuff like that. And
embarrassing, like, right? A little bit.
Oh my!
You look back.
Gosh,
yeah, sometimes I mean, I was never, you know, you probably have some crazier stories than me, but when I think back to like certain little moments like that, I'm like, fuck, what was I doing? Like,
yeah, bro, I've had to look at myself and be like totally disappointed. Like, bro, I did that.
You wake up the next morning.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think alcohol and substances do that to people, right? So I think like alcohol in moderation. I'm not, you know, lily white, lily clean or anything like that.
I won't say I am either.
No, like, so I like to drink occasionally, but I really have to watch when I do drink, like, and how much I drink. Cause I'm kind of a moody kind of person. So if I'm not in that right zone, I know now not even to have any drinks because it won't end up good. You know what I mean? And I think that people have to learn what they can do and what they can't do or what they should or what they should not do.
Which I like you said that. That's a good point. I have a problem with like whiskey like that. Like if I'm going through like something or I may bury it in me and I start drinking whiskey, bro, it's not that I get physical to like everyone around me, but I'm like looking for an altercation. What are you looking at me like that for, brother? You know what I mean? Like bro's just looking at me because he wants to see who I am. Like, what's up, bro? And I'm over here like, you know, and that's what I have to watch what I intake at times. And I think it also, I've explained this to a few people. When you train to fight every day, because I don't usually take days off. Like every day, my life consists of teaching, fighting, training, whatever it may be, right? Your mindset changes too. So like when you get angry, that's what we have to learn how to control. You can flip a switch in a heartbeat, right? And you see guys at the level of like UFC when they get out dealing with like CTE issues. And that's something that I try to take seriously too, because it's the last thing I want, bro. I don't want to grow old because my career was great and I went to wherever I went, PFL, UFC, whatever, and I can't remember my kids' names or I freak out because too many punches to the head. You know what I mean? I can't control my anger. That's what scares me more than going in the cage, anything, you know?
Yeah.
That's
you got to know when to say when, right? Like you got to fight smart. You can't take too much damage, but also when it's your time to go out, you got to go out.
Yeah.
Right.
That's, I don't know, man. Like we always say this and I feel like a broken record, but you've chosen what I believe is the toughest sport on the planet, the toughest career possible.
Bro, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, good.
Cut him off. He wasn't going to say anything worth listening to anyway, bro.
Probably not. No.
Out of all 5 sports I've played, bro, my dad made me swim. My dad made me basketball, football, track, baseball, boxing. There's nothing more than what I've never had to dig as deep as I've had for this stuff. Like the cutting the weight, bro. You know, I cut 22 pounds for this last fight.
That's why when Sevak came in like a pound or two over,
I was kind of pissed.
That's why. No, listen. As I talked to him, like I don't blame you. Make him cut the weight because at the end of the day, you sign a contract. He's really big on making weight. Like, you need to make weight or make every freaking attempt to get down as low as you fucking possibly can before you can expect.
Like, it's amateurs. If he was 5 pounds over, guys, I was gonna accept. Okay, like that's just what it is. I was ready, but I was like, I'm gonna try to drain his ass.
No,
like,
as I would have done the same exact thing as you. 100%.
No, as you should, right? Because at the end of the day, that also shows that you care about Sevak in a way. Like at the end of the day, you sign a contract, be a man of your word.
Yeah.
That's what we agreed to. Come on in and let's, duke it out as professionals.
What happens like in a year when we're professional and we have 2,500 on the line as a purse? That I don't want to lose my purse. You know what I mean? I was up at 3 a.m. cutting before I went to meet you guys. And me and her were sitting in the garage cutting weight. And it's never fun, right? Like it's the worst part of the
bro,
fight.
I'm sure having to deal with you while you're cutting weight can't be too fun for her.
No, bro.
We've helped people.
I'm an asshole.
No, everybody is. Like, we've helped multiple people cut weight and see the.
Oh, you've had to help some people?
Oh, yeah, bro. I've helped Thor when he was fighting
That's
cut weight.
dope.
I've helped other fighters and really seeing what they have to go through, the water loading during the week and doing this and doing that. And just, there was one athlete, he's making his amateur debut, but bro, he basically was crumbling in the parking lot manned up, went in there, weighed in and all was good. But I'm just like, wow, you're a fucking psycho. Like
It is.
to put yourself through all that for that, 15 minutes of glory or whatever it may be. It's just nuts.
Yeah, but there's probably no feeling like it, right? Like fucking in that cage, getting a W, just that feeling you have. I'm sure it's second to none.
Well, is any basketball player having to cut weight, go through all that to play before the
but
game?
listen,
Not
bro,
gonna
like I
happen.
feel like winning a fight, let's call it like a real like gladiator fight, right? This is modern day gladiator shit.
It is.
To
I
get
say
that
that
feeling
every
of getting your
time.
hand raised has to be feeling better than winning a basketball game.
The only
I
thing
think.
that's not happening is we're not with a shield and sword, bro.
Yeah.
Like everything else is modern day gladiator.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, I think, with amateur MMA, I hate shin guards, right? I
too.
cannot stand it. So when we're talking about modern day gladiator, when you make that jump to a pro, you have to be prepared for no shins. Those kicks hurt, bro. Calf kicks. Hey, when Sevak was kicking me in the head, yeah, I was blocking him.
But you feel it.
But I'll be honest, there was one where my ears were ringing. He caught me in the ring and my ears were ringing, and I played it off like we have to. But what if all my 5 fights in amateur coming up to be a 6 and I turned pro were all in shin guards?
Never experienced it before.
Yeah.
For the most
Never
part.
experienced that
Because training,
before.
you're not going to fucking go without shin guards. That's the dumbest thing in the world.
Exactly.
But yeah.
That's where injuries happen.
Yeah.
And you see these guys, some guys do that, sadly.
I feel like that, like the training, save the injuries for the fight. But you do want to feel it a couple times at least before you go pro. So
Right.
it's good that you
And
did it.
once you go back to 0-0, that's what I've been preaching. I'm excited for this coming year because all these tests that I've had with you guys, with whether it's other promotions here, hard sparrings in the gym with Benny and UFC fighters and whatever's prepared for this, I'm excited to be 0-0 again and go 1-0. And bro, my goal is to stay undefeated.
But that's what this was all about, right? It was to make this pro jump. So all the W's or the L's before really
Listen,
don't
you're
matter.
gonna
It's
have a
all the
couple-
experience.
You're gonna probably fight some guys that are tougher than these guys' current form, but Dohan, Weddle.
London.
London, Sevak. There's guys that under the UNF banner. You're gonna have pro fights with guys that are not as skilled as those guys eventually.
Exactly.
And you're fighting them now where you're not even in your prime or in your form. And I'm telling you, it's what I preach. Like I remember, like people always we're talking shit about a guy named Isaac Enriquez who's fought with UNF so many
He
times.
fought Griffin, right?
Yeah, he fought
Rodriguez
Griffin
for the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, he's beat some really good guys. Lost to Griffin's an animal.
Griffin's a killer, bro.
There's a couple other people he did not get the nod against, but tough as nails.
Yeah.
And people were talking shit. Oh, his record's upside down. His record's upside down. Well, the guys that were talking shit about him have not fought the guys he's fought. Not saying they win or lose, but now he has seen everything he needed to see to go pro. So when he does fight guys on that caliber again, he's seen it. He
clicked.
knows how to react to it, and he knows how to kind of do it. So again, we could talk about wins and losses, but right now, this is like that. You got to experiment right now. You got to fight the different styles. You got to
It's
fight
the
the tough
moment for
sets.
it.
Yeah, 100%.
'Cause-
You don't want to be the first time you see it when you're a fucking pro.
Right.
So, and you've seen, bro, you fought Christopher London, tall, lanky motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
Carson Dohan, short, stocky, good wrestler.
I went in the London fight. I thought, respect to London. I still feel I'm better than all 3 guys we named. But bro, he was tall as shit.
He's got that reach.
Oh my gosh. It was like when I went in there and touched him first a couple times, the fight wasn't that long, which still irks the shit out of me. But bro was tall.
Yeah,
right?
no, he's tall. Yeah.
He's tall as shit. And that's what threw me off with that fight as well. Like Sevak is around my same height. We're kind of like the same build, which was
Yeah.
great matchmaking by you guys, to be real.
We knew that was going to be a firefight.
Yeah. Because we're the same exact build, same exact arm length, height, everything. But with London, you guys know I broke my foot in that fight, right?
Yeah.
So I remember trying to get inside because he was so long, and I kicked and he checked it. And bro, when I broke my foot and stepped back, I was like, oh fuck. Like that was that's my way of pushing on the inside to him, right? And I made a wrong step and his long ass arms caught me. And I remember that, bro. And I watched that over and over, studying it. I want my get back at certain points, you know?
Well, he's pro now, right? And I think he's, what, 0-2 as a pro now?
Yeah.
Something like
Same
that.
with Sevak.
Yeah.
I like Sevak. Same with Dohan. I'll talk to him. I'll shake their hand to their face. Bro, we can train together. Me and London can train together, but I want my get backs, you know?
I love that mentality though. Like I love like
it's like you see
the revenge. No, because I feel like you gotta have that inside you though to be a competitor. Like don't let it keep you up at night and that kind of shit. I don't believe in that.
Don't get depressed over this.
But as a competitor, like we went before. Maybe you got the better of me. Like I'm ready to come
back,
come earn it back type of thing.
Right.
I love that shit. Yeah.
Well, bro, that's the reason you see like all these trilogy fights and like, you know, people who are fighting twice I see in the UFC. I think guys get scared, like they lose to these like in the younger ages in the first part of their career. As we say, people pick fights, and we'll see guys pick fights and like, oh man, I saw him knock this dude out. Oh shit, I'm scared. But when I was looking at like, you know, Dohan and London and Sevak's record and like their highlights, Dohan's over here submitting people, slamming them on their fucking head. And then I got London out here, you know, kicking people halfway across the fucking cage because he's 6'4". And then we have Sevak.
Did you watch his episodes on MILF Manor or no?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't.
I'm just checking if you were like checking his reality show stuff.
I couldn't, bro. I couldn't. About to fight him, I was like, I gotta stay off that shit.
Yeah.
It was gonna play with my head a little bit, you know.
It's like if yeah.
Bro, when I stood and faced up to London, he looked me in the eyes and he goes, "You got really pretty eyes, bro."
Sounds like something he'd
I was
say.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude,
I respect London. I was like, that shit threw me off, bro. That shit threw me off. That was hats off to him.
He's actually like kind of a wacky dude like that. You know what I mean? Like he's just very different.
He's
like,
easygoing.
He rolls different. Yeah,
you know, and
for sure.
I like back to what I said. I'm happy I experienced those moments there because once the pro card comes, once that things happen, and I have these opponents that are quote unquote killers, I'm gonna show I'm the killer, right? I'm prepared for the hardest opponents you give me. Bro, like I'm one of those guys, I could get a call tomorrow and they're like, welterweight division, you have to fight Duplessis. I don't give a shit. Make the phone call. I'm coming, right?
Listen,
Regardless.
you gotta, I mean, the perfect example is Ethan Ewing, right? Who just made his UFC debut this weekend.
Inspiring.
Big
let's
freaking
talk
underdog.
about that because that's fucking
Big
interesting.
underdog.
Yeah.
And he had fought a week before. Right at the end of the day, got
Wasn't
the
it
call.
48 hours.
Chris,
notice?
can you bring up Ethan Ewing's topology real quick? Yeah, it was. I think I saw something. I think they got word that there may have to be a replacement like 4 days before, so they were aware that they didn't know who the opponent was even. I believe, but like they were aware that the UFC might call, so he just started like staying ready. 2 days before is when they confirmed it. Got all his medicals done that day.
To cut that weight again, bro.
Cut that weight one more time. I mean, look, he was at 45 instead of 35, but probably cut like 12, 13 pounds still.
Yeah.
Got all his medicals done in one day, flew out to New York, weighed in, fought the next day.
Bro. And that's inspiring to us, right? Because
Chris needs help spelling
Ewing.
mine.
Sorry, Chris.
Ewing.
Ewing, yeah.
sorry for the cough.
Oh, don't even sweat it, bro.
How dare you cough on the podcast?
Yeah.
I sound like a cigarette smoker now.
No, but you got to give it to Ethan too. Just like his whole mindset, his focus just seemed to be there.
Well, bro,
Scroll down a little.
what I was going to say was it's inspiring, right?
Even a
To
little
see
more
this
to like
because
the fights. Sorry.
You see this and it gives me hope.
Yeah.
I fight pro for you guys. I fight pro. Next thing you know, hey, we need Alex Weddle. Whatever it is, let's go. Let's make it happen. Look at Taco.
Yeah, well, we got a few dudes like that. We're actually going to do a promo like who's up next to the UFC because I think we've got like 4 or 5 people that are knocking on that freaking door right now.
And one thing we always talk about too is like, I don't think there's any real easy fights up next. I mean, maybe somehow, people may have like just favorable matchups, but there's no real easy fights.
Look, bro, there's no easy fights.
And up next, there really isn't, right?
No. Unless you're
a
really
lot
looking
of
for
SoCal is just there's a cream of the crop here. So the Ethan Ewing fight, and we'll talk about Taco too, because I think his fight on paper he was fucking like a plus 300 underdog. His debut fight, Taco.
It was Bonfim, right?
No, he just beat Bonfim.
Yes,
but those Bonfim brothers, a lot of hype
killer,
on it.
bro.
I'm telling you, there's something about the SoCal boys like yourself and everyone around here. Just you got to fight the guys like Sevak, Blank coming up. You're ready for that stage when it comes. A lot of these guys are like from a different, like a Midwest state or something where there's not as many. The talent pool isn't as crazy. They go 5-0, they go 6-0, and that's it. But
if I was fighting in Indiana,
Chris,
I'd be a
scroll down real quick a little more. Sorry. He started his pro career 0-2. Ethan Ewing. Now,
there we go.
Now,
Gives me goosebumps.
Just fought
guys.
the most, probably the best prospect at 135. I know he fought 45.
Wellmaker was like supposed to be title. Like,
bro, they
down
were
the
going to
line.
push him.
They were
If he-
hyping him.
They were hyping him. He
The
took
kid,
all
that kid
shit.
has the it factor, right?
Oh.
He's very charismatic, speaks well. He's got a great look to him. And Ethan Ewing just
But look at-
derailed the
and
fucking
this is
hype
why
show.
this is why you always step up for opportunity, especially when the UFC calls you. You're always ready for opportunity. Like we were talking a little earlier too. I think Ethan Ewing also isn't a guy that like, okay, I got a fight camp, so I'm so locked in. When I don't have a fight camp, I'm gonna get fat and do that stuff. I don't believe he's that kind of guy. I don't think you can show
No,
up
he
like
doesn't
that
go
for
like
that.
off the rail.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't seem like that. I don't know for sure. But to get that call and then now he just stole that hype straight from Malcolm Wellmaker.
If you look at the cool thing is,
Everyone's on Ethan right now.
Yeah.
oh no, totally. But also Taco, right? If you look at Taco's fight,
Yeah.
Bonfim missed weight by like 5 fucking pounds.
That's crazy.
Taco, like a gangster, still took that fight, right? And I
And
think that
smashed
helped
him.
Taco's stock go way up because he's a gangster, took a fight, doesn't care about the 5 pounds, was just there to do it.
Yeah. And Taco, bro, surprises me so much with his grappling.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to be like that. Like, you'll see him against guys who are like supposed to be great wrestlers.
Yeah.
And I think it's Taco's pressure. I don't know what it is. He breaks you.
I'll tell you what. He's very strategical and like he breaks you with like
Is
his little move.
strategical a word?
Strategical.
Chris, is strategical a word?
Oh,
I
strategic.
think it's strategic.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
Wait, a strategical word? It's not?
Is strategical a word, Chris? Can you, look it up?
look it up now.
Chris,
No,
wait,
I
do
feel
you
like-
think
He
it's a
said
word?
it on another like
Yeah.
pod.
Do
or
you think
something.
it's a word?
I think so.
I don't think strategical.
I really hope.
Do you think strategical is a word?
What do you think?
I do too.
2v2.
You
Okay,
can't just add like the.
Let's see who the
Cole
smartest
after?
people are in the room. And I think it's no, it's gonna be me and you.
Chris is not spelled strategic.
Chris like, how do you spell strategical?
Okay, whatever.
30 minutes
So
later.
I think, but I do think the thing.
Wait, here we go.
I know I just met you, Chris. But I
Third,
love
wait,
you, bro.
what is
Is that
Chris,
right?
how do you spell that?
I don't fucking know. Taking it off.
Oh God, Chris! Thank God you're a great shooter and editor and producer. That's all I can say.
Holy shit! What was that? Anyways, though, on Taco, he's
strategical.
or strategical. But I think when you watch Taco, like he's not gonna like wow you anywhere. I feel like his boxing isn't like A+, but everything together is A+. Like he's an
Yes.
A+ all around MMA fighter. When he has the recipe to beat anyone on the planet is how I feel because of his fighting style.
Yes.
But again, his boxing, it's great. His Muay Thai is great, but it's not gonna be like, oh wow, that's a Muay Thai champ. Like you watch this guy,
You're like, oh shit,
but
Tacos.
all around, he's truly one of the best fighters in the world. I truly believe that.
I think
he
so
can
too,
mix
bro.
everything together.
I do believe that now, skill set, but I think his biggest asset is his mindset now.
Yeah.
Like he just is so like
He doesn't break.
bro, he doesn't deviate from the mission, right?
Yes.
The whole time he's high fucking guard. Like, you know, he just was so methodical and thought out in everything he did in that bomb theme fight. He was very patient, which I just was so impressed.
I just strategical is a word. I just
Is
wanna,
it really?
Yeah,
It is? Yes. Yes.
trying to make me look stupid.
1-0.
Trying to make
So
me look
you did
stupid.
your own search. Chris couldn't even find it. Chris did his own search over
I
there.
don't know what strategical. I don't know what he, but it's okay, Chris. I got you.
What gym is Taco out of?
CMMA, and he also fights with Chris Coley at Bumby?
Yeah, I think it's called
Bumby kickboxing.
Bun B?
Yeah.
Bun B. I
Yeah.
think, what city
Chris
is that out of?
Coley.
like somewhere in like Crenshaw.
Yeah.
or
Okay,
somewhere around
because it
there.
sounds familiar. I think I have a friend that's trained out of there. But bro, like back to Taco, right? Like you said, his style is not okay. Like you match up people with Taco, it's not like striking. He's just everywhere he goes. And to me, when I was watching the Bonfim fight, when he gets you on the floor, he's like a wet blanket.
Yeah.
It's hard to get him off you.
Yeah.
And then once he's on you, he's elbows, heavy top game. And then guys just break, bro. And it's something like I love to watch because to see him come from UNF and to now be what he's being in the UFC, and then to now see, you know, the career that he's in 2026, he's gonna, I believe he could be top 15 from what I see.
Bro, his next fight should be a top 15 guy.
Yeah.
I think Bonfim was ranked like 25th or something like that. Again, though, I think as a UFC, you got to do right by this guy, to be honest, and kind of ask what he's looking for in the sense of
He deserves it now.
to take a fight on 5 days' notice. He could have said no, and no one should have said anything to him.
Yeah.
But the card was built around those two Bonfim brothers. One was the main event, and then they have the other brother on the card. So I think besides the main event falling out, that's like the next most important fight with the storyline of the card and kind of how they promote it, I think.
And the Bonfim brothers are supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah, out of Brazil. They're both,
Taco derailed that hype train,
both
Alex.
explosive
I love to
strikers.
see it. I love to see it. And Taco's American? Mexican-American?
Mexican-American, yeah.
Okay, still. I like to see the people who are, no hate against Brazil, nobody else. But for me, bro, being a country white boy, I like to see it. Okay.
Why do you think like Americans don't get behind their fans like every other nation does or whatever?
Because America's retarded sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro.
America's so divided as it is already, so it's
bro.
like
yeah.
But
But
we're a
if
melting pot too. Like if you think about it, like you come to Cali, bro, every gym I walk in is like 50% Brazilian. It's not like I'm walking into like a full-on American gym.
yeah, sure.
And I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
I'm actually cool with that because I like the I feel here's what I feel. How we talked about Armenians. If you notice, a lot of Armenians have a style with the way they fight. Same with Brazilians. They're coming from a jiu-jitsu background, the way they strike with Muay Thai. If you just like bring in like these Americans, like I'm an American, but I'm straight up boxing, you're gonna get the same looks in the same gym all the time. And I noticed that when I was teaching, right? I bring some different guys in, some Brazilian guys, some jiu-jitsu guys. We have maybe bring an Armenian guy in. American guys, I noticed it's just, if you come to the Midwest in Indiana, boxing, wrestling.
Yeah, those are the two really the most
That's
common
it.
disciplines for them.
You go to a jiu-jitsu gym, bro. I went in one. It's no hate, but this is why I want to open gyms in my city when I get older. The gym's the size of this room, bro. And they're like,
what are you trying to say about this room, bro?
I love this. It's actually nicer, bro. It's actually nicer. So that's the thing. And I walked in, I'm like, what the hell? You know, what this is where these guys are learning. I mean, no hate.
Yeah.
I have a garage gym, bro, that I train out of as well, you know? But I would love to see the Midwest grow when it comes to MMA.
I think it will, bro. I mean, I think the sport's exploding. I think the fan base is building, and I think that the only way people are going to be competitive is it has to grow, right? You have to be good in multiple disciplines. You can't just be one-dimensional anymore.
Yeah.
If you're going to do anything in this sport.
I mean, we just had UFC fights this past weekend and like JDM versus Islam. Although Islam's on another level,
Yeah,
but
didn't you take JDM?
I did too.
I did that in my heart.
Oh.
I lost $100 on that.
I
The
didn't bet.
MMA kid was DMing me like he's just like
I
eating that up
paid him
and he
right
beat
after the
you.
fight. I just want to get it over
I
with.
thought
And
JDM was going to have a little bit better takedown defense.
yeah, I mean, because I think when you watch the Bilal fight and you see how good he did against Bilal, but Bilal and Islam, and Bilal's a great wrestler, but two different styles. Like Islam's body lock, throw, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bilal shoots more of like singles and doubles. So I think it's
With
a
his
little
boxing,
yeah,
too.
with a little easier though too, at least for Jack's defense with the high guard and the elbows pressing off. But regardless, like that was just so one sided. And you're talking about two of the best in the division. Like
It was
everyone-
another Kamzat thing. Like
Yeah.
how Chimaev did
Yeah, exactly the same
DDP.
thing. Exactly. The
I
same
was
thing.
like, it was almost a mirror image. And when you see they're taking over the game with this shit, bro. Like, what are you gonna do? You're on the bottom and you're just like fucking.
and you know what's so
helpless.
hard? It's so hard to catch up to them because they do it from pretty much when they're born.
Kids.
And it's
Their
nonstop.
striking may not be great. Like if you look at Islam, one of his only losses is by knockout. And
Yeah.
it's early in his career. I don't know what the guy's name is. Vieira or something like that. He's Brazilian.
Mhm, yeah, I don't know who it was either, but
But not saying I know the key to beat him. I'm not saying that, okay? But what I am saying,
I think you do know the key, but
I
be able
think-
to put that key in and turn that
And
key
turn
is
it.
what the challenge is.
exactly. They don't like to be pressured as well. I believe so.
Yeah.
If you start to pressure them and try to break them, look at what Poirier did with Islam, right? It may have only went 4 rounds and he got submitted. But compared to what Islam did to JDM and these other opponents, DDP tried to pressure him back, make the fight dirty. I think you have to make the fight dirty with these type of guys because once they get you on the floor, bro, they're going to stay there all day. And points, 5 rounds, fight's over, 47-50, and they're walking out and they're fine with it, right?
yeah.
They don't want like the highlights that I noticed. And back to what you said, you know how you said the MMA community kind of switches? I also don't like, though, here's the thing. I don't like to see people get mad about wrestling. Oh, bro, it's fucking boring.
It is MMA. I mean, like, you know,
It's
Your leg up
mixed-
in me.
Yeah, it's mixed martial arts. I know we pay for blood, but
Yeah.
if you don't like it, then beat it.
So this is
agree.
where, and that was directed at me because I I'm such a fan. I'm not a purist like you guys.
Yeah.
I just love the highlights. I love the blood and
I
guts.
do too. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Yeah.
that's more exciting. But at the end of the day,
But I'm a fan, and I'm a self-proclaimed fan, and I don't know shit about the sport. I'm going to be honest. Like,
Okay, hold on. Let's give yourself
Yeah,
a
give
little bit more
respect to
credit than that.
yourself.
I really stand by that. Like, I don't think I understand the inner workings.
The only thing you don't understand, you've not fought, right?
Not in a cage.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
no, but
understand
I trained all my life from the time I was 16 to like probably, I guess, 10 years ago now.
The only difference is, bro, is I noticed I learned the most when like I went in there and like the adrenaline, oh shit, the lights were on, people are screaming. I learned more there, win, lose, or draw, than I do like teaching. When I came out of this Sevak fight, I feel like I grew like
You did
4 or 5 years. I was like, holy shit, I'm wise now. It's like,
Well, dude, but who
you feel
really,
good,
not a lot of people have the courage to do what you guys do on that big stage, that big platform. I mean, you have 2,000 people in the house, which is like the biggest house you're going to have outside, like for an MMA event outside the UFC, basically.
Exactly.
Right. And then it's streamed into about 100 million homes now. It's just like,
to have it in Indiana was really cool for me, bro.
Yeah.
Super cool. Like, I don't know what fight it was. It was like third or fourth fight of my career. My sister and them got to stream it on the bars in Indiana. And it was like in Indiana on the bars and stuff. For me, that's a dream come true,
yeah,
bro.
that's cool.
I used to walk into the bars and watch like NFL games. And for like UNF to be on the bars in Bloomington, Indiana.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
big,
very
bro.
cool moment.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. We're on NBC Sports now, FanDuel,
MSG Network.
our past episodes. So our live events are sold through our pay-per-view, and then our old episodes are cut up and being shown all over. So
I said this earlier, but I don't care, bro. I probably shouldn't say it, but
Go for it.
fuck it. You guys are better than LFA any day of the week. That's my opinion. Any day of the week. And I'm going to stand by that, bro. I'm going to
thank
stand
you.
by that.
I think our production is really good, and I think our environment is not cookie cutter, if that makes sense. Like, you feel the vibe at our events. You feel it. And
It's
I
a
think,
family thing, bro.
Totally, but I think LFA has a very good business model in the sense of, in my opinion, they Ed Soares, they do great stuff, but it's more cookie cutterish, right? Hey, this is kind of what we're going to do for every event.
And no hate against him either.
No, bro, they're amazing at what they're doing, and I think that's what they want to do.
Because they've brought tons of guys to the
100%.
UFC. Tons of guys.
No,
to
for sure. They're
PFL.
one of the number one feeder to the UFC, essentially.
Yeah.
But
Look,
I
I
do
think
think
they execute their business model
Right.
perfectly, but that's their business model. I think our business model is different. We are trying to build a brand, right? I love the UFC, and I think it's amazing. You're never going to compete with the UFC, but we're not building ourselves to be just a feeder to the UFC. We want to build our own brand,
A standalone.
and hopefully, yes, and until we can become a big show and pay big money to people,
In a
then
sense, like PFL.
yeah, push them over to the UFC, because at the end of the day, we want the best for the athletes. And what's best for the athletes is the most exposure, making the best freaking money. And until we're in a position to sort of do that, whether it's PFL they go to, whether it's UFC, we wholeheartedly support it, bro.
What's your guys' take on like, so I see a lot of people, they get mad about like the pay from UFC.
It should upset people.
And it is upsetting because like, bro,
it's upsetting, but like they can't make really more money elsewhere.
no.
Well, I think
So-
if you've ever run
It's
a
like
business,
you're in this like little.
Complain about the highest paying. Go ahead.
know who I think you need to complain about the money? Regional promotions.
Yes.
All the regional promotions, we don't pay a lot.
Yeah.
But when you look at the revenues and what we can pay, we're doing the best we can do.
I know for a
100%,
fact we spend more money than 99% of the regional promotions out there, though, and we
are
still
on the
pay a
higher.
You guys give good deals. From what I've
We
seen.
try our
We're
best.
on the higher side.
But no one else has a fucking content day, which no one needs to know the cost of that, but it's not cheap for us to have a content day and produce that so we can promote the athletes, obviously promote our events. It's not only for the athletes or us, but it's mutually beneficial for everyone
This
involved.
podcast.
Right.
Oh,
This
it's super
podcast
beneficial.
that we're not making money off of right now. We are investing a lot into our regional promotion to give a good platform, to obviously grow our brand, but to give a good platform for the fighters and the athletes. But there's a lot of people that maybe could pay the same as us, but they don't put as much money into it or try to build a brand where
More effort, bro.
they could probably offer a little money on the
No,
little
it
more
cracks
money
me
on
up.
the
Like,
purses.
that's what I say. Put a little effort into your social media. Like, at the end of the day, I think where our mindset is different than others, we believe in the athletes. We're not just talking about, we believe we have to help them build their brands. And if we help them build their brands, they build our brands. Like, I go back to your fight with Sevak.
Yeah.
We won because of that fight.
That's a
because of your
brand-building fight.
performance in there, what you two did, our brand won, right? And we grew. One thing too is I want to not defend the UFC, but a lot of people talk about the fighter pay. I think there should be some type of rev share or something a little different in that business model. But the one thing you got to give the UFC is the Performance Institute, the support that they give their athletes, all the infrastructure
There's so much extra
and the
on it.
back end stuff that they give their athletes. Like we were at the UFC headquarters, we had some meetings and shit like that, but they have a cafeteria where their athletes eat free. Like
Which is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Meal prepping for free.
100%. So they do more than any other organization to take care of their athletes.
And they're also, if you look at the purses from top to bottom, the guy getting paid the least, again, it's not too much money, but if you take the bottom guy on the UFC card, compare it to any big boxing show, any other MMA promotion, they're probably getting paid double or triple what the least paying guy's getting on a different card. But like some boxing shows, you have Canelo Crawford. The first fight on the undercard could be a fucking $2,000 to $2,000 purse.
Yeah.
The MMA doesn't do that too. So I think people look at these big stars that have millions of followers and they look at boxing guys like,
and they're like,
well, the boxing guy gets 10 mil. Why is our guy only getting 1? But if you look at the rest of the card, it's really evened out.
I think a lot of clickbait too.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you
go.
off. I think it's what people complain is like when they see these other sports, what like these NFL guys are getting paid straight out of college, right? And it's like, well, look how long the NFL's been doing this, right?
Look,
I mean, since what, the 20s? You know, like UFC was just legal in like 98 or something, right?
I mean, UFC really blew up in the 2000. I mean, what 2010s, like 2000s.
MMA still needs to sort of evolve,
Yeah.
right? It's still evolving, and yeah. So I go back. I think a lot of that shit is clickbait, and I buy into it sometimes. But
I do too.
I think fucking MMA athletes work so much harder than these NBA guys, and so it just drives me nuts. And I think it's just they risk so much. And Ryan always talks about, you know, all those other sports are team fucking sports.
It
right?
is.
You got one chance to get in there for 15 minutes.
I say that all the time.
It's crazy.
But you do have coaches, and I think it takes a good network of people to really help someone prosper in their MMA career. But at the end of the day, when it's showtime, game time, no matter who's yelling anything you are in there fighting another man. It's really you and yourself.
You guys, I'm feeling it now. The coffee, like
No, but the other thing this fool talks about, which is really profound, and I didn't think of it this way. Like if you're in the NBA and you lose one game, fine, you come back and how many games do you have in that season?
Yeah.
If you're an MMA athlete, you lose a fight, man, you just went down three rungs. Like
whether
your
it's
stock
like
just drops.
rankings or whatever. And that's the thing. It's like, bro, I don't think there's any other feeling I've ever had is when that cage door closes and you know the dude across from you trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we're like gonna put on a show for you guys.
You're
Like
not
I
just
want to put
sparring,
on a show
man.
for you guys,
Yeah.
but like the reason the show happens is because neither of us want to fucking quit.
Yeah.
That's why the show happens, because I don't want to lose and Sevak doesn't want to lose, right?
Yeah.
But when you stand there and you're looking across at the guy and everything in your head is like, this motherfucker's trying to kill me in front of my parents, in front of my family, in front of my friends, on live television. No other sport's ever given me that feeling, bro.
No.
I've played football. I can rely on my teammates. I played basketball. I have a bad game. Well, so-and-so had a good game, so he helped me.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I got Benil in my corner. Benil don't fight for me.
Let's talk about Benil. What a class act.
Oh, man.
No, like
Forever my role model, brother.
no,
no matter what
I really
happens.
think that's the way he conducts himself when he comes to corner athletes at our events and stuff. He's just a class act. He's not looking for the fanfare or the exposure.
Not at all.
He's really just focused in on his athletes. Such a humble
Super
dude.
humble.
It pours out of him.
The thing he does too for the community, people don't even realize. Like the stuff he does just for the Christian community. I mean, bro, we have a church right in our gym. You know, like what gym is doing that? You know?
Yeah.
The way, like you said, the way he conducts himself is a way that I want to conduct myself as I go through my career. You know, you see Benny, whether he wins or bro, he's second all time right now in lightweight wins for the UFC, 17 UFC wins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he may have lost this Saturday, but the way he conducts himself after the losses is something I aspire to be any day, bro, because he doesn't question why that happened. I question, why did that happen? God, why are you putting me through this? What, why didn't I beat Sevak London, Dohan? Why didn't I? Benny, bro, goes home. It leaves his mind and he's right back to work to think about the next.
In his mind, he's a man of extreme faith, and it's God's plan in his mind. He's really got that dialed in and has that real belief and understanding, right? Where you're still evolving and growing.
I feel old, but I'm
in your
young as
faith.
shit, man.
Yeah.
You see Benny, he's been in the game so long, right? Like to think 17 fights in the UFC, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like some of these guys are going 3 fights in the UFC and they never see UFC again.
Oh yeah. No, it's tough.
It's brutal. And to see, like, he's been at the top of his game for a while. So I'm grateful to have that in my corner. I don't know if you guys know Rodell.
No.
So Rodell Mayo, I think I'm saying his last name right. Rodell. He's my boxing coach. He's through like Pacquiao's team.
Okay.
Right? He corners Desmond Alvarado as well.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So very good boxing coach, bro. Like tip top for me. He changed my game, and he does Benny as well. You know, having Nolan. You guys know Nolan. He's cornered Griffin.
Oh yeah.
stuff
Tickman,
like-
Nolan
Yeah.
Tickman, yeah.
So to have these guys on my corner, it's great because when you're in the back, you know, there's no better feeling than to like see the guys and they're calm. Because if your coach is in the back or like they're and they know you're about to fight, that's hard, bro. Because you're reading off their energy, you know, and that's tough.
So I was just having a pep talk with this fool yesterday, right? We had to have a one-on-one about up next and, you know, kind of things we're doing. And I was talking about leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are leading you into fucking battle.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's our
And
general.
yeah.
Like
And it's their calmness, their coolness, their leadership
as I'm
that
about to
makes
break
you
down,
feel comfortable going to war and to follow.
Bro, I think a lot of fighters aren't real honest about what they feel in the back. I'm gonna be honest. Like guys will talk about it, but I'll talk about it here because I don't give a shit. Like I'll go out there and fight my heart out, bro, and say I was scared before I had to fight. Right? Look at like Tyson. Tyson would cry before he would walk out. Shit's scary, bro. It's scary because I don't cry, but there's so many emotions. Actually, there are times. Like
I'm a crier, by the way.
you said what?
Yeah, I'm
sometimes
a
I can, like, if I'm feeling something, I'll just a tear
You
might
gotta
drop.
let it out, bro.
Yeah.
I don't do that actually. She wants me to start doing it more. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
But after the last few fights, before, it's not that I'm not confident. It's the emotions of 8 weeks of hard work. And then you go sit in the hotel after you cut weight, which first off, cutting weight messes with the body. You feel it, right? And I'll break down and cry like the day before the fight in the hotel room. And I'll just like, I let it out.
It's a lot to soak into. I also think like that weigh-in before, right? You made the weight now, but you look at your opponent and then there's 24 clicking, just time every second.
And you're counting.
I got to fight this guy. I'm fighting tomorrow. I'm sure that's also plays a lot. And it's just, bro, it's one of the most emotional, raw, real things you could be doing in life.
It is.
It's fighting. Especially in front of 2,000 people. UNF lights are pretty bright. You got the stage all set up.
You guys
As you're walking, everyone's fucking looking at you, bro. It's a lot to take in. I think if you could control that and figure that out, there's nothing that, you know, you're going to be able to do that with anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I always thought about this too. Like, what MMA has taught me through dealing with anxiousness, bro, a fight is like a giant in front of you. How are you going to defeat this giant, right? And I'm not saying that's how I think now because that's how I used to think when I was younger. Now it's more like another fight. Let's do it, right? But when early in my career was this giant in front of me, it was like, oh shit, bro, how am I we got to make this happen. I got to get this win. And I feel like, you know, later in your career in the UFC and stuff like that, when the fights are big and the purse is on the line to provide for your family, okay, the pressure's fine. But now, and early in the career, bro, I think get that out of the mindset. You create this like ego about the fight. And that was my problem for a couple years now. And I've gotten over it the past few fights because now it's just like, bro, go do your fucking thing, you know?
You have to learn that, right?
I didn't want to be the cocky guy talking about myself, but bro, like I got an X factor that I got to show the world. It's just the truth. And,
you have to, bro.
And I didn't want to show that, right? Because I was like, no, don't be the cocky guy, bro. Be quiet. Be chill, you know? Let your fighting talk. But also to an extent, bro, that's just not who I am. I'm not saying I'm a cocky guy and I'm going to go out for the glitz and glamour, walking around like Conor McGregor, you know, glasses, all this, but you have to be confident in this game. And I think that's also what attracts the fans. That's what attracts a following.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see when you fight.
Especially when you're saying it, you know, it's kind of who you are. Not to, again, be cocky and whatnot, but
Yeah.
you've always been alpha. You've always been kind of, I think, at the top tier of what you do. Like, it's okay to speak that and say that when it's authentic. I do think with Conor McGregor too, not that anyone needs to be Conor, and he went off the rail, but on his come up, he got on the mic, he said wild shit, but you know why everyone fucking loved it? Because the way he said, you could tell he truly meant the shit that he was saying.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I just hate that he Bro, I used to really like that guy. I'm not gonna lie.
$100 million fucking change your life.
It will. It will.
That's why it's good to have faith and fucking
stay.
I always say like two things can make a good man go bad:
it can.
money and women.
Yeah, and
Yep.
bro, you've seen it with him, right? I used to have posters of this guy in my freaking room,
yeah.
and I'm not anymore. It's not because I'll always respect what that guy did for the UFC.
Oh, he's done so much for the sport.
Huge.
Yeah.
And bro was a killer. Like,
Yeah, he really was, bro. If you look at his run, like nuts.
yeah,
Insane.
it is.
I don't know that there will ever be another Conor McGregor. It's kind of like in my mind, and I don't. Oh, it's open for debate. Like a Ronda Rousey. Like
Yes,
she
was the
really,
pioneer.
yeah, a pioneer. I do believe that McGregor changed this sport and
Yeah.
evolved it. And
I think
got it to
you'll
this-
have another figure like that in like next 5-10 years, maybe. I mean, there's always gonna be
But
someone
will that next
X factor.
guy create so much evolution in the sport like McGregor
Yeah.
did? That's sort of my point. I mean, I think there are superstars like him today.
But he really took it 'cause-
Nobody has moved the needle like he's moved it. Like
that's
dramatic.
true.
Hey, isn't he top 5 like pay-per-view sales in UFC all time?
Probably top one.
Well, I
No,
think
but I mean like he's all 5.
Oh yeah. Like he has like
Every I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit, no wonder the guy's getting paid like that, because when you see the numbers he's bringing in, I mean, when I first heard about the guy, I was first in boxing, and I remember the Jose Aldo knockout, and I was like, holy shit, who is this? Fell in love with him.
Yep.
But then it hurt the shit out of me to see him. I think it happened when he came out of jail for the Khabib fight, and he got humbled after the Khabib fight, and then everything started to go downhill from there, bro.
Look, I think a lot of people, and again, I don't know McGregor, but I think a lot of people when they experience financial success and they've never had anything,
Yeah.
it's very hard to stay hungry and stay in the gym because your job is so fucking hard. To stay at the top of the MMA game, it is not just a job. It's a lifestyle. It's
Truly.
a lifestyle you have to live. And when you have that kind of money and you haven't had the finer things in life growing up and had to struggle so much, it's very hard not to fall to those temptations of fast cars, booze, all these other things that
It's hard. It's
could come
hard to
into
fall.
play.
I mean, it's easy to fall for that with no money.
no, so that's my point exactly
Yeah.
too. But
And
just
add
imagine
money
having
in, oh,
hundreds of
shit.
millions
Yeah,
of
but I
dollars,
think
fame.
add the money, but it's like, you're fighting to have a better life. Maybe, you were good at fighting growing up. You didn't go to college, so you don't think you could get a good job, or like whatever it may be. So you choose to fight, or you just love it. But
Yeah.
it's one of the most taxing sports, unrewarding sports. Besides those 9 minutes or 15 minutes you get for every
That's the
3,
rewarding
4,
part.
5 months, right?
Yeah.
So again, when you fight Mayweather and you get probably 150 mil transferred to your bank, you're probably just like, I don't want to train every day anymore. I'm gonna take one training session off, and that turns into 2, and that turns into 3. That turns into partying. That turns into drugs. Whatever he was doing, and
Yeah.
you can't. I mean, listen, you shouldn't. I think he's became kind of like a douchebag in a sense. I'm a big fan of
I do
McGregor and
too.
everything he's done, but like just the videos, seeing how he's acting. But you could see the route he went to get there, and when that money hit
Which
your
is a
bank,
respectable route. I think just once that he hit that 100,000, then the respect for me was like,
Well, you look, I don't want to compare GSP to him. GSP, I don't think had the stardom level McGregor did,
yeah.
but GSP's he went out, at the top, has always conducted himself like a professional, has tons of
love
fucking
GSP.
dope. Well,
Every time you guys ask on the walkouts, like, who's your favorite fighter? I always say GSP.
well, he's a class act, right? But I think humans always react differently. No human is the same. And McGregor just took the stardom, the fame, and he went the route that he
Have
went,
you guys seen the picture of okay, so like we're talking about every 5-10 years, right? There's the mega star in the UFC, and you'll see it like Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell, when he was first there's a picture of Chuck flexing on the stage at the weigh-ins.
Yep.
And Connor's in the crowd, front row, taking a picture of him. 5 years later, Connor's flexing on the stage on the weight, and
I haven't
Chuck
seen it.
Liddell's front row taking a picture of him. And that just also goes to show, like, not even just about Connor, just the belief that you can be there, bro. That, like, and you go back to a lifestyle as well. I mean, I'm jumping around, but you said living the lifestyle of an MMA fighter. I don't really know the guy, but Johnny Vasquez, did I say his name right?
Gianni, yeah.
After the last fight, bro, I saw, because I do the same thing. I'm back in the gym the day or two after, whether I have a broken foot, I'm lifting, whatever it is. I saw him post something like that. And I respect the hell out of those guys, bro, because there's always something you can do.
Yeah.
You can have a broken
Yeah.
arm. Okay, box with your other arm, right? Like,
Well, I think Gianni's one of those guys too. He's very close. Like it drives us crazy that he hasn't gotten the call to the UFC
I think
yet.
he should.
Don't
Insane.
get it. Like we believe he's up next and he should be getting that call. but he knows that, and he's living it. He's breathing it. He's trying to do everything he can to manifest
He's
it.
making everything look easy right now, bro.
Bro, that's
He
what I'm
looks
saying.
so
He's fighting tough
good.
dudes too. It's like,
Yeah, who's next for him? Like, it's
Who
just
do you guys have next for him?
got to get fly someone in or something. I think he's
He's
beat everyone.
35,
125
25.
champ.
25?
Yeah.
And he fought how do you say-
Narek Abogin.
Nargavagian. That
This
was
is last
the guy.
fight.
He had a trilogy with him.
Yes, that's what I was
a
talking
rematch
about.
And
with him.
his first fight with him was a lot closer. He just demolished him this
Second
time.
fight looked crazy.
Yeah.
He hit him with the
demolished
flying
him,
knee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were hearing through the grapevine too, like that Narc was looking really freaking good this camp. And like
Really?
he was on another level. His cardio was good. Like
Yeah, Narek, has his gym that he trains out, but he's going down to CMMA. He's going some other
Oh,
places.
so he was jumping around
He was
too.
he was really trying to get the best training possible to be super diverse to face Gianni. So
I was actually talking to him in the back. He's a good dude. His team too.
Gianni or Narek?
Narek.
Yeah, Narek's a nice guy.
They're a really good team too. I talked to them. Once again, like the Armenian people, they're respectful.
Bro,
They
I
are.
love the Armenians. Like, they drive me crazy at times because they get so passionate. Like, the crowd-wise, it's like tons of crowd control, this and that. But I do love the love and support they give the athletes, and they give our promotion. I think that, a lot of people like, oh, yeah, you guys put on all the Armenians, you do this. But at the end of the day, they're stepping up. They want the fights.
Yeah.
They're a big component.
Something funny. So I'm not gonna put her on the spot, but like
but put her on the spot. Go ahead. Yeah.
at Sevak's fight, she had to. Some Armenians were behind Destiny, and like me and his fight was pretty like the crowd was into it.
Yeah.
They
It was
were
a great
yelling,
fucking fight. Yeah.
yeah, and everything, and they were saying some stuff behind her, and her mom like kind of stood up for me. But that just goes to show like how passionate the Armenian people are.
Yeah.
But like I want to also show how passionate my people are, right?
Yeah.
Like I love Armenian people. I train with
Yeah.
them every day.
Yeah.
Same with Brazilian. Like look at Brazilians. You go into their jiu-jitsu gyms. It's how can I say this? Tradition, right? Everything's been run off of tradition for 100, 200, 300 years through jiu-jitsu. I want to start something for us American people, bro. I'm also Croatian.
Yeah.
My dad's side of the family, is like a generation off the boat, right? So I want to start something for these type of people. You don't see a lot of it in MMA.
Yeah.
You'll see American fighters, but it's few and far between right now, And we're not you don't see us with championship belt. I don't think is there a champion, American
US champion right now?
Just give me a second to think.
I
You
think they were
guys
talking
have
about the
American
one-
champion?
Maybe in the Rising Star.
Not in the-
but you
not
see
in
what
the
I mean?
pro ranks.
A Mexican American. Like
Yeah.
Anthony Romero. I think
Yeah.
yeah, but again, I get what you're saying, and gets brought, like we always bring it up. Just the fans, not like at least like Bo Nickel. I think he has a lot. Bo Nickel's like an American
Man.
guy that you could think in the UFC.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Oh man.
But really, it's kind of crazy because like no real names. Like used to have guys like Robbie Lawler,
Yeah.
other guys. But the more you think about it, there's less and less or
Where's it
people
at?
that are repping America that are really in fucking.
And that's like something I want to do. So like I don't usually walk out with a flag. It's just I just kind of walk out and I'm like, you should know who I am because I put the work in to do that.
So, but you bring up something like a lot of American fighters don't walk out with a flag, but if
No.
you get an Armenian or somebody from Mexico or
They're
Salvadorians
representing
or
the flag all the way
Honduras, they're
You know what's
representing
so
their
weird?
flag.
I don't get. Well, I mean, America's very diverse with a lot of
Yeah.
different cultures now, and just
Yeah.
The land of the free. A lot of people, whatever.
Best country in the
love-
world.
Best
Don't get
country in
me
the
wrong,
world.
I'm
But
talking
that's
about
my point of
everyone I
like,
love.
totally.
Yeah.
why do a lot of people like? I feel like a lot of people do talk shit about America, especially just with the law shit that's been going on and everything. It's like,
We're kind of shitty at times, bro.
For sure.
yeah, but at the end of the day, this still is the best country in the world, and I feel like people
Yes.
should be more proud to be American.
Where we are.
Yeah.
Where we do have great opportunities in America.
Why do
No,
folks?
why does everyone want to be here?
That's
Exactly.
right. Why
Yeah.
do folks from all these other countries want to immigrate to the United States?
Yeah.
We are the best country. We are the land of opportunity. I think there's just some things askew with our country that we got to get our shit together.
Yeah.
And I think, look, it's great that, the Armenian community, the Mexican, they back their fighters. But one great thing, in all honesty, the MMA community backs every fighter.
Everybody.
You
Yes.
know? And they all
I
come
didn't mean to
together.
get political.
During the fight,
Hold on.
people
We're-
talking shit.
Was
this
the
and that.
MMA community backs everyone?
I really think
They
so.
fucking are the most cutthroat fans I've ever
No.
seen in my life.
Okay, so my point to that was if
that is
you
true.
give a
They're
great
haters.
performance, and again, we keep going back to you because I think it's a perfect example.
Yeah,
Alex's and Sevak's fight, there was not one person in there that did not become a fan of Alex that night. Even
Yeah.
though they could have been there showing up for Sevak, they become your fan. And I think your fans became fans of Sevak too because Sevak, got a whooping put on him too. I almost closed and kept
But I got
fighting.
a whooping put on me too, bro. Like,
Yeah,
listen,
right.
That
you
was
both, it was such a
I hate
great
that both
fight.
you guys, had a little damage. I got clipped with some good shots, but no, as an MMA fan, I don't want to see you guys get hurt. But watching that fight,
yeah,
that's what MMA is all about. Right
exactly.
Well, and
right?
then you look at the
You can tell
adversity
neither
that
person
Sevak
wanted
had
to
to fight
quit.
through with
Yeah.
that eye closed. You know what I mean? That took a lot of.
I know a couple of
freaking
rising stars that
heart.
if they felt their eye go like that, they would probably
Over.
give up.
Oh, bro, I'm like,
yeah.
I know a couple
tap out.
pros that would stop at that,
Yeah.
bro. So that's why when the fight ended, I didn't know that happened. I'm not gonna lie.
No, because we didn't see it either until the replay he came up. I'm like, damn, it must have been Alex's
Back fist.
and
or
that's
something.
insane to do that off the back too. That was
Yeah.
impressive.
I thought it did it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can pull up a clip. Can you pull up my highlight
I don't know
on Instagram?
It's
It's on Instagram.
on your
yours?
Instagram
It's
account.
on my Instagram.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Then.
So, but it's a small clip, right?
Yeah,
and it's like
totally.
a few highlights of the fight. But I thought it happened when I hit him with my left hand. There's a few shots that I hit him with a heavy left hand. And I thought it happened then. But then I realized his eye wasn't closed until like halfway through the third round.
Yep.
And I was like, bro.
It was crazy. It happened just all of a sudden. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I
Bro,
rewatched the fight, bro. You generated a lot of power off that. You could just see that you whipped that shot from the bottom. And I love that creative shit. Like most people don't throw shit like that.
They're
here we
afraid
go.
to. It'll pull up here soon, I think. Ugh. And bro, I got a lot of support after this fight. A ton.
Look, I always say I had this saying earned and deserved, bro. Like I think at the end of the day, you earned it and you deserve it.
Bro, I look so skinny right there. Okay, so can I tell you something? My family wants me to fight at 185.
I think your mom DM'd you
Yeah.
Neff account.
She probably did.
told
I
us
love that.
she-
My mom were alive and I were doing that. She'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I hit her back. I was like, "We got you." No,
Yeah.
worries. But
No.
I think she did mention that you want to fight at 85.
She gets pissed.
Bro, my mom too. Like if
I hate
something
the
like
weight cutting,
like
to be
Sevak
honest.
did miss weight, even though listen, I mean it's always unfair.
Do you end
advantage.
up missing weight?
I think he's still off by like 0.4 pounds or something like that.
okay.
Bro, to me, Savak could have been off 10 pounds and I still would have fought.
No,
him.
exactly.
We know that.
But as
Yeah.
Mama Bear, right? Like as a
Yeah.
Mama Bear, he missed weight. You would had to drain yourself.
Yeah.
My mom would be just as like, or even worse.
100%.
So I love it, by the way.
Yeah.
But she's like,
No, your mom would have been worse.
It was just funny.
Your mom's crazy.
I'm just reading it like this is what my mom would do. I love her already. I get it.
I don't know if you guys, bro, I was more tired in this fight than I've ever been in any fight. Okay.
Is
And
this where it's coming?
no, this is just highlights that I've put together a little bit.
Yeah, just leave it on. Yeah.
Yeah, walk us through what you're.
So look, see, here's what I think a lot of guys don't do with the guys like Armenians who wrestle.
That was a sick get up.
They don't want to get up off their back. They want to stay there.
They don't want to get caught with the sub, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
because they're scared.
Yeah.
Bro, Sevak was heavy. He doesn't look like it, but when he was on top of you, I had to hold on. Look, so boom, there's a
Yeah,
heavy
it's
one
a good
there,
shot.
and there's one more that's coming up soon. Man, I was pissed about that. The one I wanted to connect there.
Is his eye already damaged or no?
No, so
Okay.
oh, this is the third round. So here we go. Look, I was seeing Sevak was tired. I was actually like, I was dying myself. So when I saw that,
But when you see he's tired, it gives you a little more energy
yeah, I'm
to
like,
push.
come on, let's take his ass out, right? So here's it. I thought I hit his eye right here. Okay, boom. This one over the top. Boom.
Oh,
Good
that's a
shot.
good shot.
So I thought that is when he caught me good here, right here. Boom.
Ooh.
I think
Yeah.
that
On
might
the
have been
kick.
my concussion.
Yeah.
So I don't like to talk about like injuries a lot on live
Yeah.
because I think you're kind of giving away yourself. But after that fight, bro, I had 0 marks, bruises, but I was dealing with some concussion symptoms. And I don't think people realize like Sevak isn't like the most flashiest fighter. And I think he could probably say the same about me. And I've heard like Dohan and people say it. He has power in his hands.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when he touches you, it's not like quick. But when he touches you, he touches you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
you feel it. Yeah.
You feel it. And like that's the same way I am. Like I'm not looking to be the flashiest spinning back kick, all this. But I do want you to know, like when I touch you, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like he touched the shit out of me, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I respect Sevak more than a lot of the other guys I fought, is because he was willing to stand there toe to toe with me
Yeah.
until the third round.
He's-
And I'm gonna say this live. If Sevak stood with me the rest of the third round, he wouldn't have been standing, bro.
You don't think so?
No. I love Sevak, okay? I don't know him very well, but his wrestling saved him.
Yeah.
And I was super tired when I was on the floor. So, you know, it could have went either way, but I believe that he was very smart for putting me on my back.
What do you think the score was going into the third round?
I knew I was losing.
You think you're down 2 rounds, the first 2 rounds? I rewatched it.
I think I won round 2.
Yeah.
Round 1, I believe he got. Round 2, I was pressuring him and his back was on the cage a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I could see he was getting tired at the end of round 2.
Yeah.
When round 3 is when we just watched, I hit him with a few good shots, and you noticed like he was like, "Fuck no, I don't like what I'm getting hit." When that's smart, bro.
Yeah, no, that was smart, and I think it's also like
Smart
what I
fight
respect
IQ.
about it is sometimes. I mean, it's MMA, but I hate when someone gets taken down for 3 rounds and they just lay on top of someone. But it's a sport, so if you can't defend it, why not get an
That's
easy
your
paycheck
fault.
or get the W? Sure.
Yeah.
But watching the fights is like it's a little frustrating. I'm gonna go. Let's go order some food, or like let's not even pay attention to the screen right now because we know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the cool thing I liked about what Sevak did is he did stand toe to toe with you. You guys exchanged shots.
Yeah.
You guys went to war. I think that third round he's like, okay, you know what? I'm a little more tired now. I can't be getting hit with these shots.
And
I'm gonna
took
be
him-
smart.
Yeah.
You know that like I respect more than just a whole fight. Like
Listen, it was very smart on his part.
It was.
Fight IQ.
Bro,
Yeah.
I promise you
Yep.
right now, I was going to hit him with more shots.
Yeah.
I can't say what was going to happen. I want to say I knew what was going to happen, but I have true power in my hands. I mean, you see what I did from off my back. And I think a few more of those shots, his eye would have been way worse.
I think if the judges could have also saw his eye from that shot, that may have swayed the round a little bit.
Yes.
Because I
He
think
just controlled me. Look, I made mistakes in that third round. I'll be real honest. I don't know if the weight cut got to me or
bro, it's also like, I mean, it could be all these outside factors. At the end of the day, you guys had a dogfight for 2 rounds before that.
yeah.
You guys put it on each other. I think that's just fucking human fucking, like, it
My
was just
heart
normal
rate-
for that to happen, bro. Like,
Bro, my team was really quick at getting the stool in, right? If you see me at the end of those rounds, I was like, you mother, bring the stool quick. Like, because I'm standing there like, and you hear the commentators are like, Weddle's gassing. And then I come out in the second round, they're like, I thought Weddle was dead, you know, because I was, but I wasn't going to quit, you know? I was
You
like,
bring up something. So, do the commentators after you watch, they ever annoy you like
yeah,
what they
piss
say?
me the fuck off.
Did it
Yeah.
I'm
really?
sorry for cussing, but I like the commentators. I'll talk to
No,
them.
John and Todd are great, and I don't know. John and Todd commented yours. I
It
don't
might
know
have
if
been
Ray
Schmo.
Flores
Oh, was it Schmo?
Did
Yeah.
Schmo call yours too or no?
Yeah, so I like Smo. A couple of my friends, they're like, Smo's crazy, bro. They think Smo's all jacked up. Like, but he plays a character. People don't know that.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that
dude.
he is the. If you talk, so it's Dave. His
And
name
he
is
can
Dave.
fucking just flip that shit like on
Dave is the
spot,
nicest
yeah.
guy, humble, kind of reclusive a little bit, really nice guy.
Yeah, because off camera,
and then
he's chill.
Schmo is his character, and he'll tell you that like he's the Schmo or he's Dave. Like he's
he
in
does
character.
it great.
No, he's great.
Bro should be an actor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if you're playing a role that well, and it's his voice switch is crazy to me. Like,
Well, GC, he's going all over. He's covering bare knuckle, the UFC. Schmo's brand is really just blowing up. We're very lucky that he loves UNF, loves us.
which is cool to have him here because
it's-
he is
it's-
at. I saw him first at the UFC because he was
Yeah.
kind of doing, you know how like Nina and them do, like
Yeah.
just interviewing the fighters.
He's we've got a great deal with him. He's taking great care of us. We're very fortunate to have somebody of his level and his talent, especially on the regional scene, to be
Bro,
part of.
I mean,
part
he's
of
up there with all the top names of MMA, like reporters or interviewers.
No, he
right?
was hanging out with McGregor at fucking bare knuckle. McGregor invited him over to Italy, the bare knuckle event there, and so
McGregor
He's
said
running
the
in
same
those circles,
thing,
bro.
He's like, Mo, you put the glasses on and it's showtime. And I was like, that's true, bro. Like, as soon as Mo goes into that character, you're not gonna break him from that character, right? So like, I'm actually happy on YouTube. It was a Dohan fight. Thor interviewed me and Smo interviewed me in the backyard when you guys had the slip and slide and
Yeah.
everything. And bro, that's just cool for me to have on YouTube. Early in my career, like, bro, you're an amateur and you are interviewed by Smo, like that builds, right?
Wait, but I do want to go back to the commentators, why they pissed you off. Is there anything specific they said about you, or what was it?
So
Because I think this is a good dialogue to hear from fighters, like hearing what they think about what commentators
Well,
say
listen,
during
I
their
know the
fights.
commentators piss people off because people on our podcast, like some fighters will get pissed off at me, like, well, you said this or you didn't give me props or whatever. Like, it's
I'm
so
not
funny.
that way, right? So
No,
like,
listen, it doesn't matter anyway. We're all humans. You can have your opinion. We can all agree to disagree, bro. Like, it's all mutual respect.
I agree. I just
Yeah.
think the commentators aren't in there, so they're doing their best to understand like off of body language. They're not understanding like they're not tapping into me and Sevak during the fight, and they're like, "Oh, I know how he's truly feeling."
Yeah,
They're
of
just going to
course.
read off of body language,
Yeah,
right?
and that's all they could do.
They see me with my hands on my knees at the end of round 3. They're like, "Yeah, Weddle's tired." Well, fuck yeah, I was, you know. But then there's times where like they'll say like I don't know why Weddle was doing this. I'm like, well, brother, it's part of the game plan, you know, like that we trained for this right here. It may not have went the way I wanted, but those are the irritating parts when they're giving an opinion that they don't know much about. But I will say your guys' commentators has always put respect on me from what I came from, like with addiction, right? They always say something about it. And I love that because that's my story.
Yep.
And they always bring up Indiana because, bro, that's my home state, my hometown, you know? Like, I remember, you know how IU's doing super good in college football right now? Like, when was the last time IU was ranked in football in anything?
I don't even know. I'm not too familiar. But I know they're doing good this year. Yeah.
It's just not it, right? We're 2 in the nation right now. But when I fought Sevak, they were like, IU's ranked, you know, blah, blah, blah. They could be national champions. Let's see if Weddle can follow in their footsteps. For me to be connected across the country to my state like that, that is levels to me. It goes back to 5 years ago sitting in jail, bro, dreaming about these moments, reading books and manifesting and writing it as I'm sitting there like, I'm going to make this happen, right? And to see it happen, I think sometimes even as fighters, we go from camp to camp. I talked to you guys about this too. You want to jump right back in camp, but sometimes you do have to take a moment and realize like, bro, look at what I did. Look at like, I'm proud of myself, right? And MMA, we don't do that a lot. It's right back to the gym.
Bro, you got to you can't get cocky, but you got to give yourself your flowers and just know like, hey, I accomplished something. Yeah, it's still a long fucking road, but you've got to give yourself your flowers and you need that positive reinforcement. It's part of the journey. Because if you're always just negative on yourself, then you get this like negative cloud around yourself. You know what I mean?
When something doesn't go right.
It's like all about balance. I always say like, I try not to get, I mean, you always want to like try to be happy. When I try to like not get too high on the highs or too low on the lows and just stay here.
Stay right in the middle ground.
Balance a little bit of everything. Like sometimes you need to go out and have a drink, but shouldn't be more than like once a month or whatever it is. You're right, but you do deserve to go do that. And then sometimes you gotta fucking lock in and know that you shouldn't go every weekend and go do that. And like there's like this balance to everything in life. Like we just gotta.
I went 3 months no drinking, right, for the Sevak fight, and I always do that. I take everything away, which I think everyone should. You want to be at your highest level, bro. Your body should be at the clean, tip-top shape. I had a beer the day after. 1 beer, bro. I was tossed, right? Like tossed. I just, I don't know what it is. You know, the way we sweat, the weight cut. I don't know, bro. But I think I would rather enjoy 1 beer. As you say, go have a beer. It doesn't need to be a ton. But bro, if you have a tolerance to be able to drink like every day, bro, you're doing something wrong with your life, bro. you know, like you shouldn't have a tolerance. You should be 2 beers and you should really feel somewhat tipsy, right? But bro, after that fight, I went out and I was like 1 beer and I was like, holy shit, bro. Like I'm tossed right now. I was
That's
like,
good, bro.
You're a cheap date at that point,
cheap.
bro.
Yeah, good.
I like that.
It is. It makes it easy, you know? But I'm not a big alcohol fan. I won't lie. It makes me, like, we go back to it, makes me a different person.
Yeah.
I go into this like main character type, right?
It just takes the edge off for me. It just kind of calms me out, just depending what
And you find the right amount, that perfect buzz.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go a little overboard and you're just fucking like, I don't know. But yeah, like a little well, my favorite thing is like we'll go get sushi and like have like 2-3 bottles of hot sake, which is not too hard of, you know, you get a little buzz and then like you get tired like an hour and a half later, so you just fall straight to sleep.
Take a good nap.
Best thing in the world. Yeah.
That's actually, I think hot sake and sushi is the best way to go.
Well, that's my favorite. Me and this guy will go and just get fucking lit. And then feel great an hour later. Like an hour later, we feel great.
Bro, I think a sake, that type of feeling is different than like a wine because it is like a rice wine.
Yeah.
But like it's different than when you drink like a beer. I drink beer, I feel so bloated.
Yeah, the beer.
I can't drink beer,
hate it, man. Okay, that's wrong. I don't hate it.
No.
I love IPAs. Okay,
I hate the bloated feeling, and then like I feel like you got to pee like every 20 minutes, and it's just
So, are you guys training as well, like outside of the gyms? Like, are you doing some jujitsu or anything, boxing?
No, man, not anymore.
I'm gonna put you guys on the spot.
No, no, I trained like, from the time I was 16 till about 10 years ago. Just kickboxing and just.
Oh, you did kickboxing?
Yeah, little jujitsu.
That's dope, bro.
Are you thinking about like doing some jiu-jitsu
and stuff?
I mean, I did jiu-jitsu since he had me doing jiu-jitsu since I was like fucking 4, 5, 6.
That's dope, bro.
Until like I'm 13, 17, 13, 17, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. But we kind of got our blue belts essentially. You're not allowed to get it until you're 16. But then we kind of stopped there. Because for me, it was like, I kind of wanted to compete a little bit. My mom wasn't having, like, there was no way he can get a yes from her or I could.
Never, bro.
No, like, it just wasn't going to happen.
Was it the physicality, like the hurt for the mental and like the pain?
My mom, I think, is just like, that's my baby boy. I don't want anyone trying to impose.
My wife's the biggest mama bear on the planet. Like, if he was on the mat and potentially losing, she's the type of mom that would go viral on YouTube because she would go jump on the other kid.
Bro, my first fight.
She's that way.
Yes, my first fight. Listen, I knock him out in the second round. And I'm celebrating. I'm on top of the cage. Let's go. Da, da, da. Looking at the crowd, throwing my mouthpiece. I look down, and my mom is somehow on the cage. I'm like, how did you get here? Like, what are you doing? And then, bro, how did she sneak past security? How did she get over the wall?
Mom will do what she has to do, bro.
You would be amazed. We've had people jump over the cage. And some of the stuff we've seen in the last 3 years blows my fucking mind, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
nuts.
But that's, to have that support, as much as it may feel like, what are you doing, mom, at times, there's people who don't have that support. And I try not to take it for granted,
I think one thing for, like, me, I mean, him especially too, but, like, I know with my mom and my dad, like, I got ride or die. So, you know, they might be a little overbearing at times or whatever you want to call it, what it is.
True.
But there's nothing like having that feeling of, like, the people that support you, like, have your back and might, you think, do stupid shit, jumping on a fucking cage or whatever, but you know they love you and have your back. And there's no better feeling
like
than
that. It's out of love,
Yeah.
right? Like, she does the same thing, bro. Like, I've seen her reactions with wins, and to have my girl, my family, when no one's there, and okay, let's go to this. When you lose, like after the London fight, broken foot, face swollen right here, and you're at home and you're depressed. Damn, I fought for the belt and lost. Those are the people that are there. Those are the people that are laying in bed with you. Those are the people that are sitting at home while you're truly in a bad place. You may not be in a bad place, but physically,
no, you're down. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest part of a fighter too. People don't understand, like, people do understand, like, the fighters, you guys, but somebody who hasn't been in it doesn't understand what that does for you, right? If I was standing in the hotel room alone, that'd be horrible, bro. Like, getting ready for a fight, to have my girl, to have people who care about you that are willing to help you spend money and invest in you, MMA is probably the most expensive sport I've ever been a part of.
For sure.
Paying gym fees every month. If you're doing multiple gyms. Now let's talk about, okay, so now I'm going to start working with a nutritionist. That's more money. Now I have a strength and conditioning coach. That's more money.
If you really also want to build your brand, you got to develop some social media videos. Now you can pay someone to do those, or you got to do them yourself.
And that
takes time. Time is money. No, yeah.
It's a huge commitment. Like I said, it's a lifestyle. Not only just like getting in there doing the training, but the business side. Because we talk about it all the time. You could be great in that cage, but you got to be a brand outside that cage too, to be attractive to sponsors, to fans.
And that's one thing
like
I'm learning now too. Like, earlier in my career, remember how I said, like, I wanted to be the quiet guy? But then I realized, bro, the confidence is what pushing us as fighters also to do what we do in the cage. You see these guys that are like the calm, cool, collected guys. It took them time to be that, to sit there with the door closed in front of those people and be that calm, right? So, like, growing up as a kid, I was always like how do you explain it? Overly testosterone, too much testosterone. I'm wrestling my dad every day at home. I couldn't sit down. I could never sit in class, bro. So much energy, right? That's me. That's Alex. Alex is I wouldn't say happy-go-lucky. What is that? The aura I have. I've attracted people to feel the same. The energy to be excited, right? And I was trying to play this role of like this quiet,
humble, you're humble, but
like you can be humble and confident. Like we said, I think 100%. There's that middle line where you're either over the top with it and you annoy the shit out of people, or people are like, bro,
it's just genuinely you.
It's genuinely confidence, right? Yeah. And that's something I'm putting into these next fights and this last couple ones is just being Alex, bro. I think I have that factor to be in the UFC. Let's just rephrase that. I know I have that factor to be in UFC. It's about how I play my cards, because it's never given. Like, people think it's easy, truly. Like, a lot of people, bro, when are you going to be in the UFC?
Bro, well, people that don't know about the sport and everything, they'll hit
you up or text you, bro, can't wait, It's
What is it? I wonder, Chris, can you maybe chat GPT just
Well,
check?
some people think UFC is MMA. I know that sounds
Yeah.
stupid, but like,
Yeah.
just like my friends be like, oh, you do UFC, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
Yeah, I do that, bro. Thank you. You know, it's
Chris, can you do a search like what's the percentage of MMA fighters that make it to the
I think
UFC?
we've done this before, right?
Isn't that like 2%?
It's 0.01%, I think, or
Really?
or 1%. Sorry, yeah, something like that.
And bro,
Chris, you know how to spell UFC?
That's the saying that me and Destiny have, right? We always say we're the 1%. And that goes with everything. That goes with fighting. That goes with business.
Life,
that goes with a person life. Like you said, it's like if you live by that, I also think your mind is a big factor in taking yourself to that highest level.
Yeah,
You notice a lot of guys break
Less
before they
than
get
1%.
yeah, less than 1%.
We're going to be there, boys.
That's it.
We're going to be
Oh
there.
yeah.
But no, like, okay, let's talk about this less than 1%. We have 2 guys out of this Southern Circuit in the past, 3 weeks that we just saw from promotions right here that are right there, that where I want to be, you know, a lot of other guys want to be. I think everyone strives to be there, right? I mean, if you don't, I don't know.
It annoys me. I think there's a lot more current guys. Like I think we have 4 or 5 guys in UNF that should be getting that call from the UFC very shortly. In my
Yeah, for
opinion.
sure. We also got a good Rising Stars class.
Oh, dude, that's nuts if you think about it. Your graduating class, but it's just like the guys from California are, I think, heads above a lot of the other athletes across the country, in my opinion.
I don't know if I said it on the pod already, but if I fought in Indiana, I'd be huge.
Yeah.
And I still believe, like, I'm not saying huge, okay? I'm not saying like I would be the biggest right now, but
I'm a total like investigator, right? So I check out all these regional circuits and I look at some of their top talent and the guys that are moving the needles at these other organizations throughout the country, and they wouldn't hold a candle to the UNF athletes,
bro. Like,
just it cracks me up. Their top pro, a lot of their pros,
top pros are not
won't even like compete.
Well,
with
we have a guy that's fought with us. You know, a top 185er in the state, no doubt. But he fought for our belt twice, and he lost in a rematch to our 185 champ, who's also, again, I'm not saying anything. These guys are both
killers,
cream of the crop.
Yeah.
But the champ won twice. He went to Oregon, I think, fought the #1 guy in the country.
Yeah.
Went and finished him.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And it's
just like crazy shit to me, though.
Yeah.
Because
It
it's
is.
truly like, again, I bring up Ethan Ewing again. I think we already talked about, but not undefeated as an amateur, not undefeated as a pro, gets a call on 2 days' notice to fight the UFC's prospect that has not been in Southern California fighting that SoCal talent, up a weight class. Like, and again,
Wait, so
Ethan,
it was up a weight class.
Yeah, he fought 45. Yeah, 45. He's usually a
He's a
35er.
That's
Again, no, but I'm
crazy.
not taking anything away from Ethan because I think Ethan's special and he's obviously the top of the top and it is what it is. But I think it's something to be said about the talent and the killers you have to go through here in Southern California that will get you ready for that.
Yeah.
Again, with Taco, like, he does not have the best record by any means. He's getting better now.
So how was
But-
Taco like when he was in my point of my career? Like, was he an
a
undefeated
rising
amateur?
star? No, I don't think he was undefeated as an amateur. I think he lost like 1 or 2 fights.
And then how was he early in his pro career?
Early in his pro, I think he was like 7-0, lost like 2 or 3 bouts. Was a little rocky after that, went on like a 2-3 fight win streak and got the call to the UFC.
That's awesome, bro.
But
See,
right now he's
'cause-
like 16-6.
And to me, bro, like, if you probably look back at Taco's career, and that's what I want to look back at mine as, those probably losses is what built him to be exactly where he is right now.
Yeah.
I need to watch some of his fights because
Well, listen to the podcast. He was on our pod, and I mean, he throws a lot of nuggets out there, and I didn't actually absorb them all at the time.
Yeah.
But I rewatched it, and it all makes complete sense now.
it does.
Yeah.
And bro, I'll go right back to it again. And I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse here, but that gives me inspiration to know that, like, bro, I can do this shit.
Well,
I can do this, like I can be there. I have that, and to see Taco and then Ethan Ewing. And like you said, bro, you got 4 guys that are on the cusp of being right there as well. So UNF has eyes on them, and that's big.
Look, 2026 is going to be our year on many levels. We got some other stuff going on, but I really do believe that multiple guys will get that call from our organization. And then some of the stuff we're going to do next year.
We're doing some other cool stuff. I'm not going to spill any
Don't spill the
disclaimers here,
beans.
but like, let's say UNF decided to do like a boxing show. Would you want to get on that? Strictly boxing?
Yeah, I'm there.
How cool would that be?
That would be
Bro,
cool.
That'd be really cool.
I actually had so many because I have great boxing. Boxing is like my number one thing.
Can you show us on this guy real quick if you don't mind? Like
No,
a 1, 2,
no,
3
no,
or something?
Let's do some little
That's
sparring
called
right here.
elder abuse, bro. Like, I'm just letting you know.
Don't worry,
for
bro. When you
sure.
go pro, he's the one that cuts the check. I have a little bit of a say, but he's the one cutting the check, so you gotta be
Please
nice.
cut me good, Chris. Please, please.
I got you, bro.
Yes, thank you. But I'm there. I've had so many people be like, bro, if you boxed, you would be amazing, right? But to me, that's okay. It's a challenge, but to me,
What's your passion?
I love the MMA challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a wrestler. Okay, let's see if my game can throw his off, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing about MMA. Like boxing is a chess match. It also is MMA. But with boxing, you know the weapons the guy has across from you. That's 2 hands.
Yep.
But when we're in MMA, there's the kicks, the knees,
So many variables, bro.
yeah. And I get so intrigued by like styles. And I think styles make matchups, as we've talked about before. I like my style a lot, as everyone should like their own style, right? But to put 2 styles against each other and be like, okay, let's see if him and him, how are these going to play out? What style's better? Who's going to have the better game plan, right?
Yeah.
That's MMA to me. Boxing is like, who has the best hands?
And I think MMA too is like you can improve a lot more in MMA if that makes sense. I feel like there's a lot more things you can work on.
Yeah.
I think if you box for 20 years and you have this certain style of okay, try not to get hit, pick shot, get your points away.
Yeah.
Like MMA, you could be a jiu-jitsu guy, right? Have a little bit of striking. Bro, in 2 years or whatever that is, it's just like you can evolve so much more, I think, than any other sport in the world because there's so many different disciplines within this one sport.
It's like we're training 4 or 5 different things just to be good at one, right?
Yeah, it's kind of
It is.
It's like, a science too, like put it all together.
I'm going to say something that's going to be very controversial, but I look at MMA athletes as elite athletes.
Yes.
The reason is because you have to be so good at all these different disciplines. Boxers, it's only one discipline.
Is that controversial to say?
Well, listen, no. To boxers, it may be. Oh, I'm not an elite athlete. Like,
I'm gonna say something too. Boxers are not nearly as athletic as us.
Well, I just feel like there's. I don't mean to.
I think the wrestling helps a lot with at least the explosiveness, the twitches, the moves, and then
look back at that. I may say boxing, but I think that truly the true challenge is being an elite MMA fighter. Yeah. You've got to have jiu-jitsu. You've got to have wrestling. You got to have striking. You got to have Muay Thai. Like think about all these different things you need to master.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. Like with saying, MMA fighters are like freak athletes but like what I love about MMA too is like you don't even have to be athletically gifted,
which is true,
to be amazing.
Bro, you got a good single leg and you got good jiu-jitsu. You don't have to be the greatest movement and strike and
mindset and heart too. Bro, that's where this comes into huge. In more than any other sport in the world too, which I think is why everyone loves the fucking sport.
You can't teach heart.
Well, look at
but you can do well in the NBA without heart if you're fucking gifted and skilled.
Exactly.
You could do well in football. You could do well in almost any other sport. Your heart and your mindset gets tested every time you're in the cage.
Bro, you think about quitting on multiple times.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? You get hit with a good shot. You could curl, you really have the option just to curl up and give up.
Yeah. Bro, I regret the London fight. I was hurt and my foot was broke, but I think everyone does this. I could have got up, and like the ref, when he stopped it, I was still coherent, but we're in amateurs, we're also, it's.
But has that ever happened to you before?
No.
Right? So now if that
I've
same
never
shit happens,
ever been finished
if that same shit happens to you again, you will likely potentially react differently.
Exactly.
Right? And I think that's kind of part of it. You see these fighters make these mistakes. And they're just like, I can't believe I did that. Like it's a learning process through this Rising Stars thing,
Bro, I say it a lot too. Guys want to be gym champions, but they don't want to be ring champions. They don't want to be champions when it counts. Like the worst things to have in your gym are the guys who are going so hard. They're injuring fighters. They just care about themselves. If you see the most successful teams in the world right now, they're sparring at like 50%.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, some of the best fighters in the world don't even spar anymore because they've done everything they need when it comes to the physicality and they leave it for the fight. I've had a few bad injuries, bro, in the gym, worse than even just in the fight, which will happen, But it sucks when something has to happen like that because of someone's ignorance.
You're going too hard. Yeah. I totally listen. I do think, especially as a rising star where you're at right now, you do have to get that hard sparring, but
yeah.
it should be very calculated and smart at the same time. But like, I think like a Max Holloway, he talked about not sparring anymore. Someone like him doesn't need to, but I think right now you still got to get those looks in a little bit to get that like that feel. But obviously, don't throw elbows, don't throw knees. Fucking make sure you're wearing shin guards and try your best to like not get injured.
I think after seeing kind of how things went for me the past 6 months with, I'm gonna talk about this too. Before I accepted the fight, I was in the hospital for rhabdomyosis. Rhabdomyosis is where you overtrain and your liver starts to send enzymes into your blood.
Oh shit.
So just to add to how much I commit myself to this, that happened to me before you texted me about Sevak. And I was just coming off of it about 2-3 weeks. And that was super hard on my body, bro. Like I was sitting in my house right by my front door. I had finished training. And I'm the type of guy, bro, okay, so this comes from addiction. I was addicted to drugs. I take drugs away. I'm addicted to training, right? So I'm a very addictive personality. When I start something, I stay with it. I love it until the job's finished, right? So overtrained, went home, and I was feeling sick, bro, and I was throwing up for almost 3 hours. We were like, something's wrong. I started like profusely sweating, bro, like insane. Walked outside and passed out on my front doorstep in my boxers. Just passed out. Started almost like convulsing like a seizure. And they came, they got me, bro. I had no feeling in my legs. Just crazy moment for me. And it was eye-opening. And they told me, I was low on some minerals and I was like in my blood and stuff like that. But it made me think about taking care of my body even more, right? Yeah. And when that happened to me, don't remember where I was going with it, but when that happened to me before this, it was a huge wake-up call about how much the recovery side of this game really plays into the factor of how you, like, if we're going to work this hard, your body can't keep up if you're not taking care of it, right?
Right.
And I was taking care of it. Like, I'm on a diet.
I mean, listen,
but at a certain level you were.
It's like having a sports car, right? I mean, you're training to be a fucking UFC fighter one day. It's cream of the crop, trying to be the best. You're training like one. So if you're putting 87 gas into a 91 gas car, it's just not. It's not going to run yet.
I was about to say the same thing. 87 gas. I always say you can't run on 87 if you're a high fuel type of person, right?
Right.
It was such a scary moment because, like, I remember getting done with training and I was telling my students and stuff, I was like, guys, something's wrong. Like, and I was sitting down coaching. Like, I don't do that. I'm usually training with them, you know? I was sitting down coaching and they were like, well, are you okay? And I'll just never let that happen again. Like, I'm constantly on my minerals now. I'm constantly taking everything I can, supplements, just to be that.
This is what we kind of talked about, why it's the toughest sport.
Yeah.
There's so many all these little different factors that go into it.
Yep.
You don't have to do that with other sports. Like, let me not shit on other sports. In basketball, you can stay hydrated and you're going to be okay and you can play through a game of basketball. Football may be a little more painful, but with this, like the exertion that we put on our body, especially like our heart too, bro. Like our heart goes through a lot being a fighter. Cutting weight is the worst. I'm
sure. The anxiety, the stress, and just think about fighting another man. There's so many. This is why I always go back to it's the toughest fucking sport or job that you could choose on the planet.
I don't know why I choose this because I love it.
Well, you're good at it, bro. You got a bright future.
It's amazing to do something that you love too, right? Like it's the biggest blessing.
Yeah.
If you're not working if you do something you love, right? That's the reason I want to open gyms and do this the rest of my life because I truly enjoy it. Like when I was driving down here, it was an hour and 45-minute drive and I live a little farther and I got to drive back and coach after this. Okay, cool. But this is a part of my life. Who gets to say they get paid and to make a living and to come on a podcast now, go teach after, then train, think about a fight coming up? Bro, best life in the world. It may be the hardest, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I get true enjoyment out of what happens because of how hard it is, right?
Well, listen, man, you've got the talent. You've got a bright fucking future, and now's the time to take advantage of these opportunities, bro.
I'm excited.
This is your time, and we look forward to, your future. We look forward to you going pro. What do you think? You got one more maybe Ami fight and then pro, or are you going to jump to pro, or just still?
I think he has one more Ami fight.
Yeah.
I think he has one more.
Well, you're going to matchmake him as a pro too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, and I'll say it. I said it off camera earlier. I think I may have said it to you guys before. You could put King Kong in front of me and I'm going to fight.
We're going to put Chris Coulter in front of you. Chris wants to make his pro debut. Chris has never, he's been in one fight in his life and I think got beat up, right? Or didn't you say that?
No, he
I
punched.
broke my hand.
Oh, you broke your hand. That's what happened.
That's usually good news. I mean, he didn't throw a punch correctly, but
He's like,
Throwing
usually if you
haymakers.
break
I'm
your
not a
hand,
fighter.
it's probably on someone's face in a fight, realistically, most of the time. But
Yeah. Hey, that's actually.
This was not the case.
You can brag about that. If you broke it off his face, definitely can brag about that.
okay.
But no, bro, like like I said, I don't want to go in circles, man, but I am truly deep down. You know, when you feel something, like I'm meant to be a part of this community and do something with community, whether that's go to the highest level, whether that's be a great coach, because I truly have aspects of a leader and I love to lead from the front. What not you guys, what the masses don't want to do, I want to do because I want to show it's possible.
Yep.
You know,
Love that.
and that's how I've always been. I may like the limelight a little much at times, but I do it to inspire. You know, I'm not doing it to be because like pay attention to me.
Yeah,
It fuels you.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not, listen, man, there's nothing wrong with that. There's like people that are in, positions of power and doing things that love to lead and love people to follow them and love to be looked at as a role model.
Right.
That fulfills them. I think
does.
Benny probably gets, I don't think he ever wants to be the center of attention, but I'm sure he gets some type of fulfillment as being a leader and a great freaking role model. You know what I mean?
When people look up to you too, I think it's
That's
like,
what I mean.
I'm doing my job, you know?
Yep.
And I have like some of my students like that now, some young kids, bro. And this next generation of fighters are going to be killers.
Well, dude, it's hard.
It's
You're already
scary.
seeing it like with some new guys, like guys that are just turning 18 that want to
Yeah.
fight. That just it's
Crazy
cool because
to
like
me.
now MMA is like it's like a basketball, like a football, like parents like will try to get their kids into MMA to compete at
Yeah.
a young age, where that wasn't really happening as much, in the recent years.
It
But now
wasn't.
it is.
Bro, I have some kids I coach and like they're 12. And the way that they're moving and they're winning every jiu-jitsu tournament, their movement in Muay Thai, it's like I wasn't moving like that at 12, And
New breed, bro.
it is. It's the new generation. Since
Yeah,
I've
but
noticed
it's people like you that are bringing those guys up too,
Yeah.
right? That are coaching and instilling, those skills, the techniques, and everything in them. So they're going to be any good coach or any good leader wants those that he's coaching or teaching or leading to be better than what they are.
exactly.
Right?
If you don't, I think you're at the wrong place.
Yeah,
I think a lot of coaches nowadays do the right job with it. But I went to a couple of gyms in my past when I first started my career, and you're at the wrong place if all they want out of you is what they can get from you, right? I found the best team in my life with Benil, Nolan, and Weddle, not because of what they taught me, because they truly love me. They truly care about me.
Yep.
They don't want to see Alex get hurt. I don't want to see them get hurt, right? It's a vice versa type of thing. I can go sit and have lunch with these guys. I can talk to their family. It's more than just like showing up because you paid me.
Yep.
And that's the
Yeah.
difference, I think. And that's when I started to realize I got my team. Now I feel comfortable with that. At first, I had a few guys, different things, but it felt so shaky. I love them for being there for me. But now it's a different feeling when you walk out there with somebody behind you that's willing to die as well.
Yep.
Like Benny, Nolan, those guys been in the UFC, they're leading from the front for me. And to have that, bro, it makes you calm, especially when you're walking out to fight killers.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's not like I'm fighting trash cans,
No,
You
you're
know?
blessed, bro.
and I don't want to ever be. And if you guys give me a trash can, I'm not going to accept.
Good to know.
No,
That means you can't fight him, Ryan.
I just don't want
I
to be
didn't plan
known for
on
that.
it.
I'm just saying.
Didn't plan on it.
Well, this has been great.
Yeah, bro, I know I'm
I
talking you
feel
guys head
like,
off.
No, we love it. I mean,
No,
we gotta
we're-
get you over to your fucking training session. Dude.
Yeah.
I
What
think
time is it?
What time
Let's
is
see.
it?
It's
4:30, bro.
4:36.
We've been going forever.
Yeah.
No, this is good.
Thank you guys.
We
Seriously.
wish you the best of luck. We look forward to turning you pro next year, bro.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I know Ryan wants you to do one more Rising Stars bout, which I don't blame him.
I think the reason I want to, and I said that to him, is I want to leave on a win.
Yeah.
I want to turn pro on a win. Now, do I feel like I could turn pro right now? Yeah. But
you could.
I want to go on a win. I want it to kind of be my way, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think it'd be more fulfilling and I'd feel more ready.
I think it's great to go on a win, to be honest. But again, I think you're ready to go now too.
Yeah.
But something about like, getting that W and then making that jump. Although, again, bro, we talked about on this podcast, I don't feel like you I feel like Sevak won the fight, but I still feel like you didn't lose the fight either. Where it's like it would be a good time to go. I just think, you know what, you have a goal of having one pro fight before your next birthday. You got enough time to get a Rising Stars fight in.
Even get two, depending on how things go, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I start finishing guys when I turn pro and everything starts clicking, that's when you can get back into camp. 3-round wars are hard to get right back into camp after because you're sore, you got injuries, But when I start finishing guys, when, okay, not if, when.
I like that.
When I start finishing guys, that's when I can start going fight and then fight again in a month because you're already ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ewing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep, but I'll be ready.
All right. Well,
I'll
we're
be
looking
prepared.
forward to it, bro. Well, this was a great sit down. I appreciate you.
Man, it's much love.
Thank you, brother.